That's
exactly.
not
If you scroll onto a character and your first thought is, oh my god, that's a child, and then it's immediately getting sexualized, then clearly you are doing something wrong to push the age of this character. So why the fuck are you not doing it for the other characters that you have actively sucking on your shorts?
I know what the ages of your characters are. If it looks, talks, and acts like a child, then it's a child. I don't give a fuck what your lore is.
Parent supervision on an app that you need to be 14 to have an account.
Kids still see your shit.
We've been 2 years making this lore, and we started from the beginning considering this stuff.
Somebody's not able to get 2 years of lore from watching one video.
Neither in your channels, neither in mine.
Yeah, well, that little dog you have under the table literally looks like a child.
Exactly.
To you, maybe.
The dog looks 10.
Everybody
thinks it looks like a kid.
Get the fuck out of here. No, actually leave.
All of us are leaving thinking you're a pedophile.
That's okay. It's good because I'm recording this too.
That's okay. All right, people, what's up? I just finished talking to the illegal Brainrot animator. Now, audience, the subject of today's video is once again Shappy Sway. To quickly catch everybody up to what is going on in this whole situation, Shappy Sway makes adult-themed content with a kid's art style. YouTubers like Glider Guy, Beto, MK, and me were calling out this behavior, explaining that content like this should simply not be around children. And because of our YouTube videos reacting to Shappy Sway, he got notified of the situation, and he got very pissed off at all of us, making multiple community posts and comments defending himself. In response to his crash out, in response to us, we responded to him. And whenever Shappy saw our response videos completely embarrassing him, he then decided to try and illegally copyright strike my YouTube channel alongside Glider Guy. At this point in the controversy, we decided to hop in a call and discuss our differences. Questions involving what is the real age rating of his content, going over the illegal copyright strikes that was sent to my YouTube channel, his involvement with another animation predator that goes by the name Raccoon, and also a very disturbing conversation about child porn and whether or not he's a predator. This podcast episode you are going to watch is going to feature all of that. So everybody grab your popcorn because you are about to watch a 5-man war zone. Let's begin.
Sorry for starting 20 minutes earlier. It's just we have really a lot of stuff to do today, so I thought it would be nice if we had maybe a little bit more time, you know?
Yeah. No, you're good. Totally I understand you're a busy guy.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, we are really overwhelmed lately with projects and stuff, a part of like aside of our shows and so on, but industries and so on, and they are demanding.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry.
So, where are you guys? Like, I mean, like, which countries is that possible to be mentioned or better not?
I mean,
no, that's fine. We're in the US.
Yes.
US. And MK's British.
I'm UK. Yeah.
Okay, so
is Australian.
Yeah, that I know. So we got Australia, UK, and USA. That's cool. So like most main English-speaking countries. That's nice. My English is a bit broken because I'm obviously not a native speaker either.
Yeah,
I'm actually from Europe. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we clocked
the
that.
The comments were kind of
No, but
like we get it.
Yeah, I don't write the comments on social media most of the times. It's there's a person doing that, like I mentioned on the chat. But though still, you know, you will during the interview you will see that I'm not like the most native English speaker, though. For a person that is actually Italian, it's not so bad. I don't have this crazy accent, you know, so it's actually okay. I suppose.
Uh-huh.
All right, so that's okay. I for like to communicate with customers and to communicate with the team is actually good enough. So how do you do these things? Like how do you want to start?
We have some questions that we prepared.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We got some bullet points.
Okay, let's go for it. I don't know. You can start whenever you like. I mean,
yeah, Ryth, you can start.
All right. So my first question is like, what would you say is like the purpose of your channel, and what would be the rating that you would give the content across what you make? Like, because I know on Instagram it says like 18 plus, and then on YouTube you're saying 13 plus. So what's the actual rating here?
Okay, so I'll give you some background first and how we started this, because it was actually a project that started like something else from some business brand that was doing some kind of investments here and there, and it was like their mascot, and they had this side project that anyways they contacted us to develop at first. At the end, that project didn't go as they planned. Very pushed and like humor-wise.
Yo, listen, I hate to interrupt, right? But the question I was asking is like, what are you rating your content? Like, I get it, the whole backstory and all this other stuff, but like the content you are putting out today on Instagram and like YouTube and shit like that, is it 18 plus or is it 13?
So in my opinion, and in our opinion in general, as we are not showing graphic stuff, of course the humor is really mostly, I would say, sexual based and very tough jokes sometimes, which I get that. But we actually on YouTube follow the policies that they give us, and like I said, I would do the same in other social media if I could, which is like people that are 14 and above, if they have the permission of their parents, they do already consume a lot of shows like that, and we actually want that kind of audience, not mainly, but also to be part of a future show that is not going to be just sexual jokes or whatever, but actually with a background story and some more like focus on Family Guy or other shows like that go with that.
So
you'd say it's like 13. You'd say it's like 13 plus.
I would say,
and you'd say your content isn't 18 plus specifically.
I would say some videos which are actually at this moment.
There's one age-restricted video on your channel. You have one that's like gore.
There is one.
But out of everything else, I've never really.
And that was
seen
because
any other
YouTube age-restricted it.
No.
That's the thing, is that if you're claiming that some of your videos are 13 plus, some of them are 18 plus, what would you say is the medium? Like,
I would say,
is it 13 plus? Is it 18 plus? What would you say rating would be?
Most of the channel, in our opinion at least, it goes into content that is 13 plus, so 14 years old and above. Of course.
Okay.
There are a few videos. For example, there is this video that we tried to make, which we were trying to make another show, like more like Happy Tree Friends and more like based on bullying and all that. That is very bloody, the episode, and we tried once and we didn't really like the outcome. We posted it, and that actually, for example, is, if we talk about monetizing, is limited because of the images that are really bloody and gore. So that one,
I think that the one that was age restricted is gore related. Some dude getting his arms pulled off or something.
Yeah.
So okay, I get what you're saying, but so my question for this: if you think that your content is overall 13 plus, do you think that it is, let's say, appropriate? Do you think that it's appropriate to siphon your 13 to 17? You know, those are still minors. Do you think it's appropriate to siphon them over to your Patreon, which you are very much doing? Which is very much porn. I mean, it is just straight up, especially on your Twitter as well. Another thing that is actively available on your channel. Do you think that that is appropriate, or do you think that you should have 18 plus guidelines because you're siphoning them to porn?
I think what's the show in social media and how the other part of Patreon came out is totally separate things. Of course, we have the link in social media and all that. Mostly, we sponsor that on Instagram and so on stories. And I think it's two really separated things. For example, if you try to...
But it's very not, though. Those two things are very much connected because you have links connecting them. I mean, they are very connected. So I would say that if you are connecting to your 13 plus content, you are very much siphoning people over there. Whether you are actively doing it on purpose or not, there is a link. You are connecting the two things. Do you think that's appropriate?
Well, okay, let's think about it like this. So an OnlyFans girl, for example, their content may not be bad on YouTube. So McKinley Richardson, like all them, the Jack Doherty crew, they might not be shocking on YouTube, but they are siphoning their kid audience over to their OnlyFans. Like that's
actively.
The type of
they don't even have to mention it.
They may not.
They don't even have to mention it.
But there's still the potential that
that's still problematic.
End up buying that.
It is very much.
Like if your Patreon links were on your Instagram, because you did limit it to 18 plus, correct?
Yeah.
Right, that's correct.
Okay, yeah. So because your Patreon is linked to your Instagram, that's fine. Okay, it's limited to 18 plus. That's cool. Yeah. But you shouldn't have your 18 plus content on your links. Very easy clickable links that you brand to your YouTube channel as 13 plus, 13 to 17, still kids, obviously. They see your videos and they have the links right there. And they have very easy access to your link tree, which leads to your Twitter, which we know what's on your Twitter. It's fucking porn.
I mean,
personally, it's not appropriate.
I mean, one of the bigger questions I had was that, like, if you have any type of different content on Instagram, because I checked and there's not really much that's different, but your Instagram is 18 plus and you have the same content on YouTube, but it's PG-13. Yeah, why is that? If they
Yeah,
post
yeah.
the same
Explain that
content.
you can't set it not made for kids on Instagram. But
Okay, so like on the content itself on Patreon and so on, and towards YouTube itself, and we're talking about YouTube, the platform itself. Like when you actually have an account that is linked to it, and you click on it, and you get to open the Patreon. First of all, is censored, and then you receive a message saying to access this link, you need to be at least 18 or more, and you need to accept the policies. Now, means that if people that are under 18 years old click on that link, they actually should just get out of it because they have an alert that actually advised them that, hey, this content is not for you. Go back to social media because you're not 18.
What do you
So,
say about your
That's all
Twitter?
well and good. It's all well and good, like leaving the what's
So-
the roadblocks, but like at the end of the day, it's still possible for them to go and
I will
get
finish.
it.
I'm not.
'Cause-
I need to.
Okay, yeah.
It's not filtering things very well because I can easily go to Pornhub.com and it'll say you have to be 18. And if I was like 15 years old, I can still hit enter and I'll enter Pornhub. It doesn't
And
matter.
that's what probably tons of teenagers do. That's what probably we've done when we were teenagers. I mean, that's not the point. Like what I want to explain is that there is links in our social media that will actually bring you to these pages where there is illustrations more like hentai wise, if you want to compare it with something of our animations. But still, when you actually open those links, there is actually legal things that you need to accept. You just need to press accept. It's true, but that doesn't mean that.
Okay, I am absolutely not saying that the act of minors clicking to get into Patreon is your fault. I'm not saying that at all. That's definitely not your fault.
I'm saying
If they are clicking and they're saying yes, jump in, that's on them, and I totally agree. But at the end of the day, you are still the one siphoning them to that page. Also, what do you have to say about the Twitter? What do you have to say about the Twitter? Because I mean, if your
Twitter-
content is 13 plus, you are still technically sending minors to a Twitter page that is full of uncensored porn.
To enter, no. First of all, Twitter, if you see the posts, they are censored. You need to click to see them same way. But
Nah, they're not.
There's one uncensored.
I promise
post
you,
on there
there's
that we've
not.
seen, yeah.
There's multiple uncensored.
There
posts.
are. I'll give you the fact that yes, there are some that are censored. I've seen some censored ones.
Sometimes
there's multiple that are.
Sometimes it's true that we have. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes it's true that we have faced problems with Twitter for that, but that's not also our fault. You know, we have actually contacted Twitter several times with that. They censor some, and then suddenly they are not censored. You know, like what Twitter.
The best idea to do
it's
is
a
just
bug.
modify the image itself and like actually
That's what
censor
we-
it yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what we.
Again, this
way
is
to
this is
minimize
just
our margin of
completely
error.
pointless. This is just completely pointless. I mean, at the end of the day, if you're 13, you click on this Twitter, you can still click on the image and view it. I mean, it's whatever.
Yeah.
My
Of
whole
course,
point
of
is that
course,
you are still siphoning them over to porn sites. It doesn't matter
your
if
responsibility
this
is your-
flimsy little piece of paper tries to keep them out. At the end of the day, you are still siphoning them towards porn accounts. So, do you think that your channel should be 13 plus or should it be 18 plus?
I think that my social media, like I said, 13 plus with.
I just
obviously-
think you're wrong. I just don't think that's the right answer.
Well, you can think what you consider. Anyways,
I mean, I guess it's clear we're not going to come to a conclusion here, but
No.
I think we
Like
can
we're
all
not
say
gonna
that we agree that the links
definitely-
definitely shouldn't be a thing. Like siphoning links,
No,
probably
they
shouldn't be
shouldn't.
a thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, let me
Or
ask
if you
especially at
wanted
the
to,
end of
because
the
I
year as
understand that
well,
there's a
'cause
lot
you
of
have-
money to be made there.
Yeah.
If you wanted to,
say
if you
check
wanted to
out
send
the
links to your
Twitter and
Patreon,
Instagram at the end of your own videos, which is kind of confusing to me, given that Beto literally said there's straight up porn on your channel on Twitter.
yeah, there is.
I mean, we
So
can.
I don't know
I
why
think.
you'd say
Listen, my whole point
to
is, if
check
you want to
the
still
Twitter
siphon people
and
towards
the
that, because there's
Twitter.
definitely money there, you should just restrict your channel to 18 plus. Because at the end of the day, your end goal is to get people to click on these links and pay you. Am I wrong for that? Is that not your end goal?
It's a part of it, but we are not actually asking
Okay,
minors.
so if your end goal is to get people to click on this link to porn, then I am under the belief that every single person you are trying to coerce into looking at porn should be 18, and there is in fact a button for that on every single video that you post that
So-
could do that.
Can I explain how it works without
go for
being
it.
interrupted
Sure.
for 2 seconds?
Right, yeah, once
So-
you're done with that, we'll just close that. We'll close this point out.
Yeah, we can go
to the
for
next
something
one.
else.
Yeah.
We can go for something else. But anyways, so you can actually say that it's a part of it. We do many other things. It's a small part of it. We started it for certain reasons and for some communities that actually were very supportive to our content. Communities made of adults mostly, and actually the thing is that these adults that will require this content at first. We thought it was a joke, and then we started to do it. We enjoy doing it. We enjoy sharing it. They enjoy actually consuming it, and that's cool. And still the same, you click on the link, it says, are you 18 years old or older? By continuing, you may see adult images, videos, writing, and other media, which in our channel, you need to pay for it. Like, you need to give your data, and you need to actually put your credit card in it to pay for it.
Not on Twitter.
Of course, on Twitter, not, but on Twitter is not an app for kids. Twitter, there is tons of news.
You can be a kid on
violence,
Twitter.
and
I mean, I agree that it's not for kids, but you can still
be.
You can definitely be a kid on Twitter.
What you could be or not. That's actually not the point of the app itself.
I understand the point. It's not for children. That is true. But
yeah, you get into Twitter. You get into Twitter, and if the only problem was us, which is not, it's like it's an app for adults. There is gore stuff. There is war stuff. There is war crimes. There is videos about everything since Elon Musk bought it. Like, you can post basically everything there because it has become a pretty much political app in a way, and also an app to divulgate media for adults, not for kids, neither for teens. Neither is our Patreon for teens. Like, it says very clearly when you open it as well. It's not like you can see Patreon for free. You need to subscribe to it. By subscribing to it, you need absolutely to give your credit card, name, and credentials. And a part of that, like, if there is teenagers watching in our Patreon or watching in the hub, in both ways, I really hope that parents know that, and they are actually monitoring on what they are consuming at home, especially for one very important thing that actually we usually we deeply think of, and it's, you get into the hub, you get tons of teenagers. Like I said, as a teenager, I consume pornography. You consume pornography, and don't tell me you didn't, because I mean, that's what teenagers do after a certain age, and they talk about it with friends and all that. Anyways, the hub is free. We are not free. Right. Yeah, you can't see our content without paying. Wait a moment, please.
You can on Twitter.
I mean, Twitter is another story. Like I said, Twitter is not an app for teenagers, neither for kids. Like, the Twitter is an app for grown-ass adults, and
it's not.
You're still siphoning kids to it.
No, I mean, I see his point. His point is true.
No, I'm not.
Twitter is for grown people.
Let me finish. We are not siphoning anything. Like, if you get on Twitter and you see an image because suddenly Twitter decides to uncensor it when it was censored most of the time, like most of them are, like, that's not our problem neither. Like, Twitter should have more restrictive things on posts that are sensitive. We're not just talking about sexual posts, but I can't probably mention this if you're going to post on YouTube, but I mean, I've seen dismember kids from the war and stuff there. I've seen images that are really, 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 really drastic. So it's definitely a news app not made for kids, neither for super young teenagers.
It still is possible to be accessed
by
children.
Twitter's problem. That's something that Twitter needs to solve. And
okay,
I'm
so
pretty sure
this is my thing, and this is kind of like my whole point of this, like this entire point. Every time that I ask the question of, do you think that your channel, you just immediately point the finger to every other app. No. You're still not looking at the fact that you are siphoning kids towards these apps. I don't give a shit what those apps do on their side. I'm saying on your side, you are still sending people to those apps where porn is readily available.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Let me talk, please. I mean,
I'm talking about Beto. You talked plenty. Beto, talk.
No, you've done quite a bit. And my whole point is that you are continuing to siphon kids over to places where there is. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, whether you want to admit it or not, you are sending kids to places where there is porn. I do not give a single shit what they do on their end. My point is, your end, you are sending kids to places where there is porn. I do not think your channel is 13 plus. If you did not have the part, I would totally agree with you. It is 13 plus. Kind of cringe, a little weird, but it's fine, right? But you still make these characters.
Of course we do, but it's for an audience.
And you are sending. You are actively keeping the links there for your kid audience.
That's our issue with it.
We don't have kids. That's another thing. Like, if there is kids,
you do though. You have a large child audience.
You do. You have a massive child audience.
If you look into your statistics at all, you will know this. If you read comments, you will know this. I have multiple occasions clicked on a Shappy video, went to the comment section, clicked on the first comment, and it is a clear child who has posted content before. You have a very large child audience. You have a very large child audience.
We don't.
That is the point of that is YouTube. At the end of the day, that is YouTube.
You don't even have the demographics of our channel.
The biggest demographic on YouTube is children, Shappy. So either age restrict your content that you're sending them to
You've had 10 million. You've had more than 10 million views on your channel, right, Chappie? Like you have a ton.
Like in YouTube,
you have plenty of the data. You have way too much of the data to even still be entertaining this. You have way too much of the data. You know you're lying, dude. You know your demographic is kids.
You're not right. And actually, we also use YouTube before.
So you think you have a ton of adults in your audience? Like you think majority
we have a 9%. I can tell you exactly what we had in the last 2 weeks and in the last 30 days because I have it. You know, I can see it. I can share it. It doesn't matter. But like we have 9% of people that are 13 to 17 years old. 25%. It's the truth. And then if they lie about their age,
everybody knows that
everyone lies about that.
Yeah, it's bullshit. My audience is 35 to 44, and you know that my audience is not adults.
And you know what, Chappie? Listen, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. It's not your fault. If they lie about their age and they get into age-restricted content, that is not your fault. I 100% agree. But I do think it is totally on you to age-restrict your content and at least take the steps to do all that you can do on your end. Because here's the thing. You can do this shit, and bro, there will always be minors that are lying and click on shit. I don't think that's your fault at all. But you are not doing anything to keep them away, and that is your fault.
As soon as they start to ask the ID to make accounts, that problem will be solved, definitely. But what I'm saying, first of all, and it's a very important point, we have 4,000 followers on YouTube and hundreds of thousands on Instagram. We barely use YouTube. Anyways, like most of the people that are coming to see our videos now, fortunately or unfortunately or both, come from your channels for actually the criticism videos you made and so on. You know what I mean?
Oh, come on, dude. That is such a shit point. That is such a bad point.
And
that is such a fucking bad point. Yeah, nah, move on. That is the dumbest thing I've ever.
I'm not gonna move on. Like, let's finish to talk about this because it's not a dumb point. It's actually the truth.
It is quite a bad point.
It is a fucking terrible point.
That is a fucking terrible point.
Yes or no? Do you have 18 plus links into your YouTube channel? Do you have 18 plus links?
We have restricted 18 plus links that you need to accept.
Okay, and what is your YouTube channel? Is it 13 plus?
Why is that our fault, you know? And our channel
because you're not taking the proper precautions to keep them away.
You have a responsibility
none of this
still.
fucking shit would have happened, dude. You have the responsibility. You should be age restricting your content. You should be.
YouTube itself.
I mean, you went out of your way to say, look at our Twitter in the TikTok bio at the end of all of your videos.
You should.
That is true.
You shouldn't even need to tell them to look at your Twitter.
Definitely. Obviously, if people go to Twitter, there is stuff that they can click on and censor or not, and they can see it because we honestly consider that we should post on Twitter what we need to post. And at the end,
I don't think you should, or just keep the links away.
Yeah, you could keep the links away.
Age restrict your channel and do your thing.
If your channels are grown, if your channel is full of grown people in the audience and they really do want to look into you, then a lot of them would actually just take the steps to go to Twitter and look you up. And
you do realize
children wouldn't be looking after
you. You also realize that restricting the channel itself at plus 18 doesn't change the fact that these kids would lie and say that they are 18 anyways because
but you're doing your part. It doesn't matter what the kids do. If you label it 18 plus, it'll.
At that point, it's not even your fault. If you do restrict the channel to 18 plus, at that point, it's not your fault. You've done what you can to keep them on.
Let's move on. Let's move on for a second, Chappie. Why won't you? Why won't you restrict your channel to 18 plus? Give me a reason why you won't.
Content that we actually put on Instagram, on YouTube, and so on, is actually not restricted.
Why won't you restrict your channel to 18 plus if 90% of your views are above 18? Because you will not be losing anything.
We consider that the humor we post, as well as other shows that post.
Did you even consider the fact that you're siphoning them towards porn?
So, like, you mean we should take off the links of our rest of...
No, I think you should just... Dude, this whole conversation would end if you would just age restrict your content. And you just said that 90% of your viewers are above the age of 18.
Even
so, hey, it wouldn't even do anything.
Helpful, though. To be fair,
removing the... Either A, if you wanted to be right in this scenario, either A, remove the links, or B, age restrict your content.
Yeah.
I mean,
that is our two, like.
If for you guys a link that you click on that asks you to be 18,
give me 1 second. My headset died.
Yes.
Oh, his headset died. Just give me a quick second.
I was saying if you think that a link that you click on and you go to the channel itself, you actually need to accept that you're 18 to see it, and all the content is restricted until you pay and put your payment method and so on. So you need to have a credit card, or you need to have a payment method and so on that must be on your name or on your parents' name if you're not an adult. If you think that that's also our responsibility. If these people go there and click on it and accept that they are 18 when they are not, we go back to the same point. A lot of people lie about their age, and that's actually fucked up. I do agree with that. But
of course, you could just remove the link and it would solve a lot of issues. And then instead of saying, "Oh, click the link," which most children would actually just do, you could just say, "Check out our Patreon." And normally, let's be real, children do not have they don't have the time to go and look up a Patreon, look you up your own specific channel and pay for it. Somebody that is actually actively looking for your characters, because let's be real, if they're going to be that down bad, then they're going to take the steps. They're going to go as like look for your channel, look for the Patreon, and then also like buy the content. Let's be honest. I mean, and it'd be a lot easier to keep children away like that instead of just having the link in your channel.
First of all, I agree that actually that probably happens, as well as a lot of teenagers actually consume the hub and stuff. Like I said, we have all done that. Like that's not something new or something horrible. You know, it's there, and it's actually something that exists for a long time. And teenagers, especially teenagers, consume pornography, like at an adult age and so on. Some people still do, some people enjoy it, some people develop other kinds of interests on their personal, intimate life. That's for sure. You know, I totally agree with that. But on the other hand, like, we make sure that, yes, there is a link, but there is also an age restriction in the link, that if you accept by lying about your age, you're still not able to see the content. I think we have one photo, if you accept that you're 18, that you can see, but the rest you need to pay for it, and plus you need to agree that you're 18 years old to see it. If you still think that that's
but we get the point that kids can do whatever they want. If they want to click on an 18+ link, then that's on them, right? You still have the responsibility to either age restrict or shit, keep it 13+, remove the links, because you shouldn't have 18+ links in a 13+ audience. And as you said, they can click on 18+ links to view the content. So knowing that, you have the responsibility to do what you can to not make those 13-year-old kids click on 18+ content. I don't know what is a big fucking problem. You can age restrict your content, shut up, because 90% of your content is 18+, as you said, right? It's adults. So you should have absolutely no issue in age restricting your content so that you're still getting the same amount of Patreon subscribers, you're still getting, admittedly, the same amount of views, as you say. So what's the big issue with age restricting your content? You should be reluctant and happy that you're preventing 13-year-old kids to view 18+ content. What's the big deal? Why can't you do 18+?
We could delete the link if it comes to that, and then anyways, even though it's restricted when you click on it, but whatever.
Of course, but even though
we could do that, but you said, just a correction. Our social media, I'm not talking about Patreon, which is obviously for adults, like adults, like our social media, it's not 90% people that are actually 10 years old, 5 years old, like you mentioned in your videos. I mean, that's insane. I mean, maybe there is some that lie about their age. I don't know. I mean, that's, like I said, that's not my problem.
There's many.
There's a lot of users.
Why don't you age restrict your content?
Do lie about
we will maybe remove the link from YouTube, but restricting the social media content, the jokes, for how whatever push they are, like we don't show any graphic stuff. The videos that actually have gore graphic stuff are restricted.
Okay.
Let's conclude. To conclude, let's make 13+ content be where 13+ content's supposed to be. Let's not try to cross shit. If you're gonna have a 13+ YouTube channel, keep it 13+. Keep the 18+ shit out of it. If you want to have your links inside of your Instagram that is 18+, keep the Patreon links over there. But don't put your 18+ Twitter account and your 18+ Patreon in a link where it's 13+ content for 13-year-olds to be viewing. Simple.
I mean, obviously. I mean,
am I stupid? Am I insane here?
No, I don't think you're insane. I think we have different points of views about restrictions on watching pornographic content and for teenagers to do so. I do think that it's true that a lot of kids lie about their age. So yeah, we could definitely delete maybe the Patreon video, the Patreon link and so on, which, by the way, we added not so long ago, and according to our demographics and so on. And also like I said, you can click on it. You will see it's going to ask you to be 18 and prove that you are 18, and you will take the responsibility of lying about.
Okay, that's perfect. If it's 18+ and you want to stay 13+ on your YouTube channel, remove the links. That's good.
That makes sense.
Do that today. Do that today.
That doesn't make sense on your under your point of view. Even though I think it's quite cynical, considering that tons of teens and tons of actually 13 to 18 people actually consume way worse stuff in other pages that don't even ask you to pay or give your data.
That's not good.
You know,
not a
but it's
good
not
thing.
necessarily
That shouldn't
good.
be
Like, if
something
you
you
can't
should
beat
be
them,
adding.
join them.
that's why when you need to subscribe to
page,
Patreon, you need to actually subscribe as with your name, with your credit card or your payment method, and so on. And you're actually agreeing to be 18. And it's stuff that stuff like the hub that is free doesn't have, and like also we go this way and we go with the ID and so on, and we go on Discord too. For example, on Discord we do have channels that are for 13 plus, and we do have channels that you actually need to prove that you are 18 with your ID. Like we do that in Discord because we have the tools to do so. Here we don't, but we do when you click on the link of Patreon and you open it and you can just check it yourself.
Sorry, you do have the tools. You do have the tools. You do have the tools.
Peter, your mic.
Your mic. The main point we're getting across is let's keep the child shit where the child shit should go, and then the 18 shit where the 18 shit should go.
I can
let's make that a very defined, like, separate thing.
The link on YouTube because anyways they don't bring much transit anyways. We put them like a few days ago. And,
okay, but let's make it separate.
Yeah. I mean, I could definitely delete the links, even though
okay,
I
perfect.
partially disagree with the
do that today.
Yeah, honestly, I think you probably should either delete the links or just simply age restrict your content. I mean, you still have not given me a real reason why you're not going to age restrict your content. At least I haven't heard it. I was going on for a little bit.
Let's move on.
I think we should just move on. We've already spent so much time on
We've been going on
this
for 40
Let's
minutes.
move on to the next question.
I mean, it did say why we don't age restrict the content on YouTube, because we have 13 plus and PG-13, and actually YouTube themselves, when they monetize our channel recently, due to your videos, of course, which I already thanked you for the exact thing. I already thanked you for the transit, because it's really an app we were not using. And you can see that on the past, like we had 4,000 followers. We were posting everywhere, but we were not paying attention to that, as our main focus is other apps like Instagram. But like we literally went through almost 2 months of not 2 months, but a month and something to actually check our monetization, since all this video criticism started and so on. That gave us anyways, I must thank you for that, like 30 something million views and other things, and allowed us to monetize. When YouTube checked our content, what we received is actually a response saying we monetized, I don't know what percentage of videos, but almost all of them entirely. But there are some videos like this one and this one and this one that the sign comes out yellow that says it's limited because of the language or because of graphic content like gore stuff. But the rest, even YouTube said, okay, this content is actually pushed, but it's not graphic. Like there is no graphic stuff in the sexual way, except
gave me a strike for a thumbnail.
Innuendos are still a thing.
I
don't think we should. Innuendos aren't things that children should see.
That's another thing I wanted to talk about today. We got it in 2014, and it's the only strike, thanks God, I have so far in the channel. And the strike was for copyright, which it says so. And that's it. You know, the rest was a video that was age restricted, which I think it was the gore one, like the little with the kid that is being bullied and so on.
Yeah, what was the warning for? There was a warning on your channel as well.
Yeah. We were trying to not only make Shappy's Way, but also have other shows. Like I said, I really love Shappy. Happy Tree Friends, and we wanted to make something like that related with extreme bullying and stuff, and how children, you know, well, not children, but like teenagers and in general kids express this kind of things or think about abuse and so on. As like I said,
the Mary video, right? With the monster.
We tried to make a video. It was extremely complicated to make. It was a mess. Then we posted it, and we got a strike because you can see blood and violence in the video. We got the strike removed, but we got the video limited for monetization now. It's not a content anyways that we will continue, because like we dropped that idea. Of course, we posted it. It took us 3 days to do the damn video. So of course we posted it, and as not for kids. And that's it, you know. That's the only strike we got. We didn't get any strike for other stuff. Like I don't know where. I mean, you can see my what is it called in English? Front page, back page of the YouTube channel. Well, you can see the front page. You will see that's the only strike we got. It was removed, thanks God. And then it was just monetized, limited, which I just know now that this works like that, because like I said, we don't really do much YouTube but we started since you made us quite more famous with your videos, actually.
Yeah, no worries,
So,
no worries. That's
all
fine.
right, cool.
I'm sure we'd all love to talk
we'll
about
move-
this,
we'll
but
remove-
we do
we'll
need
remove
to,
the links if
follow
that-
a schedule. And we
Yes,
all do
please
actually need to
remove the
continue.
links
Yeah.
or age restrict your channel. Decide one of those today, please.
they are removed
Yeah.
already. I already
Okay,
asked to do
perfect.
it.
All
Let me
right,
check,
Thank you, bro.
but
Thank you.
we did.
Well-
I mean,
Yeah,
I
at least we're getting
still
somewhere here.
slightly disagree with it, but because the links are actually age restricted when you click on them. But anyways,
Okay.
let's
move on, let's
Let's move on to the next point.
One of the other things we had was that we found your misleading statements to be kind of questionable because we don't actually know what was misleading
What did we say specifically
our
you
videos about
think
you?
was
Yeah.
misleading?
There
Is there
are
anything, do you remember that we?
Yes, there are several things that actually it's not just misleading; it's that they are not the way that you put them there, and that's okay. I mean, I understand you don't know what's behind the idea, neither you know what's behind the show, or what we thought about when we started to do this.
What are the specific things you thought that we said though?
I think
Just
some
start
of
with me. Like, what was misleading about my videos?
when you actually mentioned, hey, they're actually 5-year-olds watching your videos. Oh, you're trying to push the content to kids.
Yeah.
And you were talking about the content on social media at first, not about the links because they were not there until recently. And you were just saying, oh, you're pushing this to kids, so hard to kids. Oh, what? I don't even remember the titles. Like I said, just got into this recently, looking at your videos and so on. A Brainrot animator and whatever, and we've never actually posted stuff for kids, specifically for kids. Actually, YouTube itself has 2 different platforms for that, and as well
At the beginning of your channel when everything was just extremely kid friendly. What was that? Like, let the Odyssey of the Soul begin. That's still for grown-ups.
Yeah, that's not our work. That's actually from the first studio that took the project, and like I said, those videos were not what we are doing now. And when we took over, those videos were actually related with some business company that sub-employed us to actually make some videos for them for their stuff. I'm not going to mention what kind of business and so on because it's confidential stuff and all that.
Yeah, that's fine. We can.
Okay, so the whole point that I was trying to make here about the whole 5-year-olds are watching your shit is because even though you labeled your YouTube channel as not made for kids, I do as well, right? My channel is labeled as not made for kids. I've been doing that since September. I think when was my first video? September 2021. I've been doing that ever since the beginning of my channel. I've been labeling it not made for kids. You've been doing the same thing. That doesn't prevent children from still being able to see your videos. I can sign out on YouTube, and in fact, one of my videos, I was logged in on a YouTube account that was 5 years old, and I still was able to view your YouTube shorts perfectly fine. If you want to make this about how my audience was able to view, if you want to talk about how my audience was able to view this content, I went back through your YouTube shorts before I even made my first video about you, and I found plenty of comments where they were saying, oh, I'm 6 years old. I'm 8 years old. I'm 9 years old. Yeah, you know what I mean? So yes, children do in fact watch your videos by like 6 to 9 years old.
Some of those comments were people just commenting, I'm 6 years old.
Okay, but how do you know?
There's no possibility.
I mean, yeah, dude.
Like in the comments.
Oh, I know that. Hey, this guy's clearly not 6, bro.
Let me answer.
You are so good at pointing the finger. It's actually so crazy, man.
I'm not pointing
Anyways, keep going. You've pointed at the whole fucking call, man. Whole call.
I'm not pointing to anyone. I'm just trying to explain my.
Well, it's his fault. He's lying. He's not 6. It's his fault. Come on, dude.
So basically, on your videos, there's also comments of people that says, "Hey, I'm gonna be 11. Can you give me a hi or whatever like that?" Like, either some of them are kids and they are lying about their age. Otherwise, they also shouldn't be able to see your content as audience settings.
No, because the way that works.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works at all.
Simply letting you know it isn't how it works.
YouTube uses the stack to actually. Can I please?
Yeah, no, go on.
YouTube actually uses this tag not for kids to comply with the Children Online Privacy Protection Act.
We know.
Which means that if your channel is not for kids, you can include more mature themes like adult humor, violence, suggestive content, etc. Now, of course, we go back to the same topic again, which is super repetitive. Yes, there are kids that lie about their age. Yes, there are people that are under 13 that lie
Chef,
about
we're
their
saying
age.
the ones that
Yes,
don't lie
You
about their
don't have
age
to
can still
lie
see your
about your
shit.
age. You don't have to lie about your age when you set your videos as not made
When you
for
set your
kids.
video
That's
as not
probably
made for
like
kids,
the
that
lowest
sets it as
standard
PG-13.
you can do.
Well,
Yeah,
okay,
Ryth
all
again
setting your
made an
videos-
account that is 5 years
all-
old and can still see your content. He didn't lie about it. He actually
all
put his
setting
age as
your
5
videos-
years old.
I still have the
So-
Google
Setting your
account.
videos is not made for kids does
There's also the
is
second
just get it off YouTube Kids. That's literally it. It doesn't get
That's
it
it.
off actual YouTube, and plenty of kids use actual YouTube.
If you actually, and we know because YouTube actually, when we started to make the channel and so on, now that we are monetizing, etc., does communicate to you these kind of things. If you actually go to see that, there is something called also supervised experience on YouTube, and that's why there are two platforms. There is YouTube, and then there is YouTube Kids. They are two different things.
Yeah, that's when
Separated.
you say if your YouTube is made for kids, then it will send your videos to YouTube Kids and the YouTube platform itself.
And YouTube
You put it as
itself-
not for kids, so it won't show up on YouTube Kids.
Exactly,
But
because
it still
YouTube,
shows up on YouTube itself.
yeah, YouTube itself is an app that requires you to be 14 at least to have an account of your own. And if you are less than 14, like 13, for example, plus in some countries, I don't know now exactly the countries, but I was also reading on it these days. In some countries, you need to be 15 or 16 to have your own account without your parents' permission. That's actually how it should be. Of course,
I mean, there was a channel recently, like one of the recent videos that came out about you by a channel named Gallistic. He made a video. In his video, he actually shows him making another YouTube account, an alternate account that is 10 years old with maximum parental controls, like everything set so that it can't possibly see anything bad.
That's
and it
absolutely
still found your channel.
That's absolutely not possible, except if you give the channel.
Well, it is.
Would
It's
you
in
like
the
to
video.
watch the
Go
video?
watch
Would
it.
you like to watch the part?
It is in
explain-
fact possible, and it is
Explain to
done
me
constantly.
why if it's not for kids, actually you can say it as a kid, because we are eventually tagged not for kids.
Well,
so
would you like to see the video?
Yeah, I mean, we
where he
could
does it?
technically
Yo.
pull it up.
Yeah, we could
I don't
put this
think
on the
it's-
big
I don't
screen
think
for
it
you.
really
Yeah.
matters.
But
We-
there must
we
be
really
there must
could.
be something
If you
there
don't
must be
believe
something
it.
there, because it shouldn't be. Actually, if you have a person that makes an account that is under 14, and I did it myself because I was curious to see if maybe this doesn't work properly or what the fuck. So I did made an account by myself also, and it asks another email and another permission for an adult person to make that account. If you want to have an account that is under 14, in my country, at least in the country where I am now, in other countries, I know the age is 15 or 16, and they will ask you an email from a person that is adult or an adult allowing you to access YouTube, because you shouldn't be otherwise having your own personal account if you're not at least 14. Plus, there is the supervised experience that YouTube provides, which parents can control the content that their younger kids access if they are not using YouTube for kids, but they are using YouTube. You can tag the content as 9+ for videos including vlogs and tutorials. You can tag it +13. You can tag it most of YouTube. I mean, you can check that. I'm not making that up. You can actually
Chef,
check
you
it.
are pointing the finger so hard. I feel like you're about to poke
Okay,
my
Pete,
eye out, dude.
I pulled up
You
the-
have
I pulled
not
up the
taken
video. I
a
pulled up the video for you, okay?
single move to restrict your videos. You haven't done it. No,
pulled up
it's
the video for
don't,
you,
don't
right?
pull up the video.
Yes,
It's
It's fine,
completely
it's fine, it's
irrelevant.
fine.
Yeah, don't worry about the
Because
video.
he says it's not. He says it's not.
Yeah, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. I mean,
So
it
you mean
happened.
YouTube rules and actually the not
the
for
account.
kids policies don't work. They worth nothing. They are just there for
10
the
years old.
sake of it.
Dude,
or
I love
what.
how you're just dancing around this, bro. You are sending kids towards sites. Restrict your channel. Age restrict your
And he's
channel.
still
I'm not
finds
going
the
to
channel. He
restrict
still finds the
YouTube
channel.
at 18 because YouTube doesn't require that, because we are PG-13.
Okay, we can just move on because you already took the links down. So you know what? At least you're doing something.
Okay.
It's awesome.
We already did
We can
that.
just- we can just
How
move
about
on.
browse?
All right,
Obviously,
here.
YouTube actually has
What was
its own
misleading about Beto's videos?
about?
Yeah, what was so misleading about my video?
It's not misleading. It's I mean, I texted you this morning, didn't I?
You sure did.
actually checked the first
Okay,
two
we'll get into that.
Yo.
We'll get into that after our other point, because that's a whole different point we wanted to bring up. But what did
Okay.
you find misleading about Glider Guy's video?
Like I said, we have a social media team that I don't think they approached the topic the proper way. I think they should have just ignored it, just let it be, or just answer
Yeah,
correctly.
who was sending all those comments? I
Well,
want
we
to know
have
that. Was that
this-
you?
No, we have a person that actually does take care of social media. Like a human being cannot do everything, and we are more
So
in.
that wasn't you.
Personally, me, no. It was
You didn't-
actually we
okay.
have people.
You sent
Who's
zero
making all the
zero
community
comments.
tab posts?
It was what?
So you sent 0 comments. That was
All
you
those
sent
were
it.
not you.
The messages I sent to you on Discord, it's me.
No,
because
all
this
the
is my
YouTube
account.
comments,
you-
like every
On
like
YouTube.
No,
the hundreds
YouTube-
of comments.
The hundreds of comments, we have a person of social media. I already explained you this in the group chat because we cannot handle everything ourselves. So we need somebody to do that. And we already talked to them. We already talked to them.
What about the community tab posts? What about the community tab posts?
Well, we are not. None of us is American or English speaker. We're actually from Europe. So yeah, there are typos. That's actually normal. And people type fast and they were raged and angry, and it's not okay. I think that part actually was definitely our fault to admit. Like, people shouldn't answer like that, like crazy like that, and then sending copyright claims and so on without consulting me and the other person that is in charge. But we trusted them, and for the past 2 years, they did a great job. And okay, yeah, they made a mistake, and that shouldn't happen. I think it will not happen again. We actually talked about this because it was not nice to see the answers they put on social media without thinking, without preparing, without knowing exactly what they were answering 100%, and just out of spite. And I do get it. I mean, they love the series. We started this, like I said, with a really limited budget, and now that it's going better, it's actually something that they care about. But I think it's something we will not see again. I personally deleted all the posts also they made on YouTube because they were not.
So they weren't you either. Those community tab posts weren't you.
No, like I said, we are CEO animator, then we have a social media person, and then we also got other people for other things. You know, you cannot just do everything yourself in an organization where you're actually in a
social media post guy got to go.
So did you have any idea who was
honestly,
posting those?
Dude is not very good.
Wild.
Because they
I
posted
did delete them.
Posts in an hour.
I did delete them myself.
All targeting him. And
I mean, I did delete them because I also find them not correct. I don't think those were neither the fact of the copyright without asking, just because they have the permission to actually use my signature or whatever, because we don't have time to do other things. I think they should have consulted before, because
that was our next point that we wanted to bring up.
Yeah. I mean, it's all related. Like I said, I'm not a person that has tons of time to be behind all the social media and what's going on, the videos and so on, because, you know, making the videos we make, whether you like them or not, it takes a few days to do just one of those 10-second shorts. I mean, it's crazy, and you can't, or maybe you can imagine, I don't know if you animate, but still, it's
I
really
have an animator.
That's great. So, and then you will know that to make a certain quality of animation takes a while. Plus, like I said, it's not like we have Chappie's way only. We also have other things to do and other animations to deliver to other people. So, like, of course, at some point, I decided to have someone that I trust to run the social media. Maybe my mistake was trusting him too much, because he took some actions that he shouldn't have without consulting us. Like, there is no discussion about that. I mean, on my behalf, I'm sorry about it, because that shouldn't have gone that way for many reasons. Like, the first one, because it's not correct. Some of the information was wrong. Some of the messages were actually not accurate at all with what they said. And also the copyright claim was absolutely unnecessary, because despite we like or not,
you're right about that.
Yeah, despite or not we like the criticism to your channel, I must say that if we are using YouTube now, it's because of the engagement that you guys provided with your videos and your content, you know. So I think they should have come to talk first, and then not do it directly because they have the power to do so. So, well, we'll learn from it, because it never happened before.
Okay.
So I think they know what to do now next time that we go through something like this, if there is a next time. Yeah.
Yeah, what a hiccup. I mean, just filing like actual legal documents. Man, oh, what a fuck up. That really sucks. Oops.
Seriously, I don't have anything to say about that. Definitely, you're right. I mean, that shouldn't have gone that way.
Yeah, quite the fuck up.
Very huge, because like we were talking, it's not fair to just directly go like that, and we are all content creators one way or another, and at the end it's our mainly how do you say, income, living income, and exactly. So, like, before a person does that, it should definitely need to be something super serious.
Yeah.
You know, like something
really, for sure.
You know, that you don't have.
Are you saying that your social media guy is the one who filed the lawsuit or the copyright?
The social media. The social media person is actually the one that takes care of all the social media actions and so on.
Okay. And why do you think he did that? Did he offer a reason as to why he actually sent those strikes, or what?
That's a good question. So when we were talking, and we actually finally got to see me and my partner, which is the animator and the guy that helps me with the style and so on. When we talked to him, he said that he thought it was the right thing to do because he had read the policies of YouTube and you were using more than 1 minute of content, and that's not okay, and you were actually stealing the content to make your own videos. But like the guy probably didn't read the whole thing, or I don't know where he actually got this info. But definitely when I checked it myself, and then when Ryth explained it on the Discord chat, like there are certain exceptions, and this is criticism videos or whatever, diss videos or stuff like that. Plus it's short, so you use several shorts. So like, I don't think I think in my opinion, according to what I actually perceived, is that this person just did it because he was pissed and he really likes the show and he felt it was unfair and he just went for it and he thought he was doing
do you still have this guy like hired?
You're not gonna fire a person for one mistake. I mean,
I don't know. I think I would fire a person for
dude,
filing false.
For someone putting your first and last name, your home address, and phone number on a copyright strike like this, I would be firing him immediately. Having my own personal info on the front page or something like that.
Let's also keep in mind what he agreed to in this copyright strike. You do know, like, did you see all the things that he had to agree to? The bottom one being, like, my channel will be terminated if this is a false strike, which it obviously was a false strike.
It very much was.
The channel should be gone by now.
Like,
of course, YouTube does its thing, but
we did receive
being deleted was very high.
Yeah, I mean, we did receive the reply from YouTube, which I read, and YouTube says that like they understand that why we sent this copyright strike, blah 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 blah, but it actually doesn't comply because it's an exception, it's criticism videos, plus it's not 1 straight minute of content or an audio that is copyrighted and stuff like that. So they just said, basically,
we're sneaky,
next time you or your team or whatever, next time your channel makes a copyright claim, you need to actually make sure you know the rules properly. Which
you got a lucky slap on the head.
You understand?
I mean, honestly, I would pray to YouTube. I mean,
if the channel was banned because of that, definitely we will change the person in charge of running the social media and using my signature legally to do things. At the moment, he doesn't. At the moment, he doesn't have the signature anymore. So
I would take him off of. Doing
exactly.
Like
well, I'm willing to bet that he didn't even read anything at all, because whenever this person, this quote unquote attorney, was filing the claim or the copyright strike against my channel, he had to read this specific part. It says, does this significantly transform the original work? Does it serve the same does it fall under fair use as an exception to copyright? Which, if you read a little bit more, it talks about commentary and criticism and stuff like that. So did he read anything?
Nah, I think he probably did it out of spite. Probably read the beginning.
So this guy got mad, made like six community posts talking directly about Ryth, and then sent a false copyright strike, which is very illegal. And you still have him on pay. Kind of interesting, I guess.
We took away the fact that he can actually use the signature at the moment, and he will.
Right. So now he can't do a legal crash out, but he's still. I mean.
Yeah. Let's just hire an attorney that acts on emotions.
Let's hope he doesn't crash out on comments too. Otherwise, of course, we'll find somebody else.
Get personal. Let's stay business related. I'd probably give it.
Yeah.
And also,
it's not. It's fair questions. I mean, these questions are fair. I think it was a huge fuck up, but still, I think it's the first time he makes a mistake. We took away, now he cannot fill anything. Like now, if I need to send a copyright thing, I will do it myself.
I don't think legal documents is a mistake. I just don't think that that's even possible to be a mistake. That's like kind of the whole point of them.
What do you mean?
I think you just have I think you just have a guy who's like working entirely off of emotion running your channel right now. I don't think it's a bright idea.
I hope that now, after this intervention we had in this meeting, after all this mess, he will just stick to just answering comments and being actually professional on the channel. If we see not,
I don't think you're very safe legally with him in charge, because he also tried to involve me in the copyright strike you sent to Ryth. I don't know.
And also the guy
that's not a thing you can do. That's just not even a thing you can do. He treated this copyright strike more as like a beg to YouTube as opposed to a legal document. I mean, have you read this strike?
Look at the response that this guy put.
Urgent and escalating unnecessarily. We need the harassment to stop. We follow rules and tag videos not made for kids. Bro, he wrote PLS like 3 times. PLS.
And also, for an attorney, he doesn't know very much about the law if he's saying this should be illegal. Like, an attorney doesn't say that.
That's
If
not
you're an
okay.
attorney, you should already know the law.
I went through what he did, definitely. It's just, I don't know. I do believe
So
in
you
second
saw them
chances.
saying, please take please take the video down in response to a question that was, who are the owners of this content?
After I get involved with this recently, I did see all what he's done, and it's not okay. Like, in general, it's not okay. I mean, seriously.
Okay, well, at least we can agree on that. That's good.
No, for 100%. Like, there is no discussion that it was a huge fuck up, because I don't know. He has no experience. I mean, myself, I don't have any experience on YouTube. That's why I don't manage. I thought he maybe would do things a little bit more professionally. I think he just got pissed or something, and
bro, he put your full name,
yeah,
2 email addresses,
Oopsie,
your home
got a little
address.
mad.
I saw that. I saw that.
Sent a legal document that could have ruined this guy's source of income. Oops. Oh man.
Could have actually got our channel banned. Fortunately, it didn't happen. I do believe in second chances, but in this case, he will not be.
In this case, you are lucky.
In this case, I'm lucky, and also he will not be handling any copyright stuff anymore, because that's not going to happen again. Let's see.
You should handle anything, if I'm being honest.
All right, well, that's all good. We can move on now from this point. We can all agree on this.
But we will agree on this.
We got to revisit Beto.
Yes, Beto. Beto and Beto's DMs with you.
Yeah, I guess we're gonna open up the can of worms. So,
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So about the whole DMs thing. I mean, first of all, you said it's not a threat. It was a threat. I mean, you did threaten. I mean, you did just say that it was, defamation, which that's kind of a threat. Even just bringing up that word, it's a threat.
I just told you that I recently saw your video today, because I didn't have the chance. I mean, I saw all Ryth videos. I saw Glider Guy videos. I saw MK, one of the 2 videos. I don't know if you posted more than 2, but anyways, I saw some of them, but I didn't see any of your videos until today. Or I don't know what time it was, but anyways, today or yesterday night, I forgot. And I went through the first 2 sentences you say in the video, and it's really serious accusations. And it's not a threat. It's just like,
right.
I saw it.
And I'll repeat that sentence. I said that you make child porn. Is that the one you're?
Yes, and also it's like accusing someone of that is really not okay. And publicly, especially if it's not true, because we don't make child porn. We don't make porn with children.
That's debatable.
So.
That's not debatable.
I mean, we can just agree to disagree here. It is debatable, because your characters are very much children in multiple of the videos, except you just kind of rope them into this whole 29-year-old trope. Just like the video I sent you. I mean, again, you sat and you did the immediate cope that I thought you would have. Oh, he's canonically 29. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's a video about this guy walking up to his stepdad, talking very childish, acting as if he doesn't know what masturbation is. It's very, very much
I do understand.
child.
Yeah, I did understand. I did understand.
Shows the mental capacity of
there is
not a grown adult.
Yeah, but that's not how it works, or how it works, or how we picture that. Neither how we created that. But the thing is,
you do see how that shows. Like how
I mean, you can misinterpret that because of the dialogue and so on. Okay, but there is actually a whole
thing. It's not misinterpreted. I think I brought in the interpretation you wanted.
You can have the interpretation you want. One thing is your interpretation. Another thing. No, that's the point.
This is the message you pushed. You made that kid look like a child and act like a child.
That's what you say. But actually,
that's just like factual information.
Can I answer, please?
No. I mean, this is dumb cope. I'm not going to let you talk about the canonical.
If you say something about the show of another person that you haven't created, neither thought about it or anything, at least you should hear the other side, which is that if you go for 2023, for example, down to the Instagram channel, I don't know if it's on YouTube too, but on Instagram, definitely you will find it. You will actually see the whole progression of these characters. It's not just we only mention the age, but they have works, they live with their girlfriends, they actually do the normal things that adult people do, and they actually mention their age constantly in several videos. Plus, we also have a few episodes where we show them in the late 90s and so on when they were kids, and it's other type of humor related to that. Then we show them grown up and so on. I mean, there was a whole procedure on that. Plus, another thing more, by like we're using pluses today, so plus. One additional thing to that is also that, yeah, I mean, that video is kind of very pushed, and that we do this kind of stuff also for the same reason as before, which I explained to you. we are not very happy and into the hub industry, and most of the videos that people see there are stepmom, stepdad, stepbrother, step this.
Very clearly adults.
Yes.
Why did you make him childish?
We didn't.
Why did you make him act
like a kid? The dialogue is childish because Crappy is a character that is sometimes innocent or pretends to be innocent.
Oh, he's sometimes innocent. Okay.
So like a child.
He walked up. I mean,
you can see how that can be interpreted.
He acts exactly
like. I can see how that can be interpreted, but it's nothing else than an interpretation from you.
Okay, so I would just like to back it up for a second. You said that's not how that works. You said that's not how it works. Yes. So are you saying that how it works is, oh, I made it, so I can pick the age, and if I pick an age above 18, I can sexualize this character?
Is that talking about? Of course I can.
Okay, cool. So you think that it's okay to sexualize characters that look like kids?
They don't
just because they do. They do.
Okay, let's not say look. Let's just say act then. Act like kids. So
I mean,
they do act like kids. They do look like kids. There's multiple occasions where videos look
childish behavior, but
like a child.
Like a childish behavior, like a child.
So you think if I drew a kid that, I mean, if I drew a character that looks exactly like a kid, and I was like, okay, this is a 40-year-old person,
that's another
didn't say that looks that I can just draw a part of that.
I mean, what the fuck are you talking about? Our characters are dogs, first of all, and they are actually since 2023 we made a lot of care. We were very careful to actually specify who they were, what they were doing, what was their age, their girlfriends, their lifestyles, because also it's characters based on people we know or on facts of different people we know, plus ourselves and so on, and that we wanted to actually depict all that together in Crappy. If you go deeper in the characters, you will see that also we did this dualism of one character being more mature, more responsible, actually adult in the situation, and the other one being the same age, an adult too, but being sometimes childish, sometimes inappropriate, sometimes he is violent, sometimes, I mean, like a totally messed up character, you know. And in some other occasions, Shappy also gets out of the character, but not as much. But, well, we have many other characters that recently we are not using much, but behind the whole thing, I mean, you can start with the historical of the channel and how we started. Like, of course, I do understand that somebody can misinterpret that or interpret that the way they want. I mean, that's not how it is, though. That's not what we wrote. That's not what we created at first. Neither what we made our characters be like. Like, they have very, very specific traits. Doesn't change the fact that they are adults. They are based on friends of ours, of our personality too, all mixed up together, and they have different moments, you know?
You have to see this on a per video basis. So for that specific video,
there's going to be onlookers that never seen your content before. They don't know any backstory, but they honestly don't even have to.
Through their shorts feed, when people scroll through their shorts feed, a brand new viewer who's never seen your channel before has no idea who you are. They're going to see that, you know, they could be extremely young.
And I already said this. I mean, we've already talked about this.
I do get that.
You did give the whole, like, there's lore to them and that they're whatever. But, again, dude, if you are able to look at a character and immediately not think it's a kid, you are very clearly not portraying the maturity, the age well enough. I've got a question for you. If you look at the chat real quick, you see this little character right here?
Mm-hmm.
You know who that is? You got any idea who that is?
No.
So that is a character called Monster Girl from Invincible. She is canonically 24. You think we can make that? You think we can have her fucking her stepdad? Is that something you think?
I don't think you need to do one thing or another thing. I mean, you need to do what you think is correct for you.
Do you think it'll be correct?
Do you think it would be okay?
We want to know
because she is canonically 24.
I think it depends on what's the background on it. If you're actually trying to depict something that is in the hub or in other places that you find absolutely not okay or absolutely hilarious or absolutely not arousing, and you depict it in another scenario.
We just want to know your opinion. Just your opinion.
Yeah, what's your thoughts?
Again, this is just like
I'm explaining my opinion. My opinion is I think it's totally fine depending on.
I don't think there's any nuance to this. I don't think there's a single ounce of nuance to this. It's a yes or no. Do you think we could sexualize this character? Yes or no?
I don't know who is this character. I mean, it's not my
look at her. Just look at her. Just look at her.
Here's all you need to know.
No, don't. There's no need for the lore. Just look at her.
Okay.
if the author thinks that actually making her having this kind of sexual humor part and so on, and say that or do that, I would be fine with it. I'm not gonna judge this person because it's his adult characters. He probably has a reason why he does it.
Can you send a picture of like her full like body, just not just the face, but so we can get like a real image of this.
Who cares about the body or the face? Is the character is 24? You said it's not.
Canonically, right?
It's not my character. It's not anyone's character. I don't even know who's the author, but it's this person's character. They can do with the character what they consider it is, and then they probably have.
And would you find it to be okay if they did that? Then would you find it to be okay?
I will not.
Yeah. Now you can see the full picture of her. So are we making porn of that, Shappy? What do you think?
I don't know if they do porn of their own characters that are adults. It's not on my concern.
Okay,
there's no
Here,
nuance.
let's do another character. Let's do another character. What about that one? What about that character? She's 400 years old. Is it okay to sexualize her?
I mean, this is a very, very, very serious topic about Japanese animation that actually they depict actual kids, like kids. We don't depict fucking kids, dudes. Like they depict kids and they say they are 400.
I mean,
no, we don't.
Send a picture of the girl under the table. Please.
Yeah. So this is a grown adult.
This is the sister. This is the sister of Shappy. So yeah, it's an adult. Definitely, they are.
I actually say that she's 32. So yes, she's an adult.
Interestingly enough, I don't really care how old you think this character is. If you look at all the top comments of this YouTube short, you can see the top comment right above your name. It says, "Isn't that a child?" Absolutely, everybody is not being fooled. They think that that is a child.
Exactly. If you scroll onto a character and your first thought is, "Oh my God, that's a child," and then it's immediately getting sexualized, then clearly you are doing something wrong to push the age of this character. You know how to make characters look like adults. You saw the stepdad video. You know that looks like an adult, and in everybody's eyes, that looks like an adult. So why the fuck are you not doing it for the other characters that you have actively sucking on your shorts? You disgust me, Shappy. You fucking disgust me.
Yeah,
genuinely, you disgust me.
I got that from your videos, but it's okay. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
Then I'm not gonna. Yeah. And then you got that point, and then you immediately DM me, "Hey, this is defamation." Yeah, get the fuck out of here. If you want to take me to court, Shappy, you totally can.
On the first hand, we don't use human characters. We use dog form characters purposefully, and
that are kids.
We can
that are kids.
If you showed that character to 10
shut a
people on the
moment
street,
up and let me speak. They are not kids, and you cannot decide if they are kids or not. We came with a lot.
You assume.
Yeah, we could.
Yeah, I can look at them and be like, "That's a kid."
You're a person that actually
looks like a kid.
Everybody thinks that it looks like a kid, so it's a kid. Whether you like to or not.
Scroll twice. Do you think this character should be made on? Yes or no? You still have not answered that a single time. Can we sexualize his character? She's 24.
If the author did it, it would be fine with him. He wouldn't care, which I think is fucking disgusting.
I already answered to that questions. We don't use human characters.
Yes,
I haven't heard a yes or no once from you.
Do you think this character can be sexualized? Do you think this character should be sexualized, Shappy? Yes or no?
I think that if the author considers so,
I think yes or no. That's the only fucking answer you can.
The finger. Okay,
yes.
Let's internalize.
You say yes.
Do you think that this character should be sexualized? Yes or no, Shappy?
We're here to pick your brain, not the author of Invincible.
I don't give a fuck about the author of Invincible. What do you think?
I have no right to say anything. We don't use human characters because we think it's inappropriate. That's why we use.
Do you think this character could be sexualized or not? And would you be okay with if they were, knowing that they're canonically 24?
Every adult character is actually totally allowed to be sexualized because it's an adult and can actually get into sexual behavior.
You disgust me.
They are adults.
It is so shocking that you cannot answer this question.
I just said if a character is an adult and they want to actually sexualize them because they are adults and make sexual scenes out of them, I don't see the problem. Like on the other hand.
So you're fine with the 400-year-old lolly right here. You're perfectly fine if there's.
About the character. No, don't do that. We're talking about the Invincible character on the anime side.
Okay, well they're both kids.
They're both kids.
No, one is 24 and the other one says it's 400 years old, but it's definitely a kid. Our characters are dogs and are not kids because you are not nobody to decide how old our characters that we created years ago. I mean, what the fuck?
Okay, so Shappy, do you think if we showed this to a relative or a family member and you asked them, "Oh, do you think this is an adult or an adult grown dog or a child?"
You mean my characters?
Yeah, this dog.
Yeah, if I were to show
Yeah, what
that
would be the
that
general
girl a
outlook
dog,
on your
Ask-
characters?
yeah,
I mean,
most
everybody-
people. If you was to show this character to most people, most of your audience, and ask how old is this character, what do you think they'd say? Do you think they'd say that's a grown adult? That's what our question here is.
You're not understanding what I'm saying. It's not what
No,
they
we
say.
know you. Yeah, we know you're the one that says yes. This is a grown.
Yes,
okay, we
we
understand that.
get what
The
you're
age, they're
saying.
grown. Yes.
It's my
But
character. I can say whatever I
it's how
want.
we interpret them.
What
It's how
is the
you.
audience perception?
Yeah, the
And
audience
it's not-
perception is very important when you make content. Like, if a person is watching your things and thinks they're not gonna go and look for the lore and say, "Oh, let me see how old this character." They're
That's
just gonna
still,
look at it
that's
at face
still not
value
our
and say,
problem,
"Oh."
dude. This is our animation.
Of course, it's not your
style.
problem. It's not your
What do you
problem. It's
want
your
me to do?
animation. Of course, you can
What
do what you
us
want. At
to
the end
do?
of the day,
Each style
you have
suddenly
free
out of
will.
the blue. We've been
But
doing
the
this
problem
for
here is
years,
the
you know?
fact that that looks like a child. Does that not make you feel like?
So no,
feel
because
some type of
like,
way?
if you watch if you watch these videos and you think these characters are children, makes to me no sense. They don't have children voices. They occasionally.
Well, technically, she doesn't have a voice.
Like children.
She doesn't have a voice in this short.
Can I finish to answer, for fuck's sake, dude?
Of course, you can finish an answer. But
Okay,
I just
so
wanted to say that she doesn't have.
For
a voice in
me,
this
if I
video.
go,
She doesn't know.
if I come across to my content, I already know what's the lore, so it's easy. If another person comes to the content and thinks that, I mean, either they are not understanding what we are doing, either they don't understand anything related to us because they don't have children voices, they don't behave like children, and our audience.
They do behave like children. Whoa, big pause there, bud. We've already pointed this out. They do behave like children.
They do behave
And then
like-
all you said was, "Oh, he's childish."
Our
Yeah, okay.
audiences are
What about the
perfectly
Mass
aware
Effect?
that they are adults. and
Horrible
that
cope. Horrible cope.
Can I fit? This is not an interview. This is just like blah 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 blah. Makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, at this point,
sorry,
right?
go
Because
ahead.
you've just been
There is
sitting
no-
here
there is no
spewing
point,
bullshit
dude.
this whole
You're
fucking time.
Post on
All right, go
YouTube
ahead,
saying
because we have two more questions that we need to get through.
Yeah, I'll
with it.
stop.
Let me-
I'll stop.
Yes, thank you. Stop. And also, our audiences and fans are perfectly aware that they are adults, and that is the end. And that is the end
They're
of
not.
discussion.
Right,
you
so
know?
what if somebody
Top
watches for
comment
the
on that
first
video.
time?
Top comment on that
Top
They
video.
are
comment,
not.
man.
You're
For the first
somebody
time.
behind your character, just talking about some other people's shows that are being going for years. You cannot just decide on that. I mean, what the fuck, dude? Like,
We're
that's
not necessarily
Yeah,
deciding.
general
We're saying what it
perception.
looks like.
General
We're saying-
perception.
General perception matters more.
no.
General perception matters a lot more than your idea of the character.
Sorry. There is another big difference to make. I don't care about what your fans come on our videos to comment of hate and of it looks like a
That's
child.
what your
No,
fans
no, we,
are
no,
commenting.
Shappy. One of the things we don't want you to. Oh goodness.
But dude, like what your
People
public
disagree,
think,
bro.
and I don't care what your people think, dude. You guys make videos about this all the time. Of
It's
course,
what everyone thinks.
I don't care what
Only
your
one thing
people
that is a
think.
child.
My people think that child's an adult, and we're gonna jerk to it. Yeah, okay. You're fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
man.
you're a
Okay, let's just
fucking
move on from this
freaky
point. Let's
ass
just move
motherfucker,
from the
bro.
point. Let's just move on to the next point. It's fine.
seriously,
we
We
just-
obviously
just
aren't
move
agreeing
on.
here.
Nah,
We're
just
obviously
move
not
on because
agreeing.
we're not gonna
Yeah.
we're not gonna ever agree here.
Agreeing or not?
We will never agree here, Shappy. Just move on. Just
Let's
move
put
on.
a poll. No,
Just
shut the
move
fuck
on,
up.
bro.
You're really rude.
Okay, so Shappy. Okay, so
I am.
Let's just move
I
on.
tend to get a little mad when I'm talking to nunces.
That the idea that our content is about children or directed at children originated with you, not with us, and it was never an issue before. And plus, most of your followers, of course, they're gonna say, yeah, go on, keep bullying this guy because, of course, they are your followers.
I never once, Shappy, I never
and
once
this
made
will
a
be an
video until I
interview.
got.
Video.
Listen,
This
man,
will
I
be
was
an
the first
interview.
person to make a video about you.
I don't
Dude,
care.
I did
Let me-
not make that video until I got 20 plus people sending me this, and their fucking actual perception was, hey, this guy draws clear kids in sexual ways. It doesn't matter that they're my fans. I had people joining my server just to tell me you were making child porn.
Listen
I
to
mean,
me.
dude, you are dead to rights. Everybody fucking looks at your channel and sees these as kids.
No,
I don't
just-
know why you could possibly think
everybody
any way
that's
different.
That doesn't know the lore, doesn't care like you, or the fans that you have that send you the content from us, like, hey, roast this guy because we think this way. This is actually
It's
your
not just
thing.
our fans; it's yours as well.
But Shappy, have you taken a minute to just step back and like understand?
Fine, you know, it's
If a
just
lot of people are saying this, then maybe it is the majority. Maybe you are the issue here. Maybe
But
your
it's
team
not-
is the
it's not-
issue.
Maybe
I mean,
so.
a few thousand
Because
comments
if-
from your
But
channel.
if majority of people are thinking this, if the majority of the people who watch your content think, "Oh, that does look like a child," even if they're not, I'm gonna completely agree with you because it's your character. I can't say that that's a child. But
Obviously.
it damn sure does look like a child, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. And Ryth's audience saying that right there, 88%.
That's what I'm saying. Your audience is one thing. On the other hand, we never had comments like this before. At
You
this
did, though.
pace in quantity. It is actually your fan base that is purposefully misunderstanding the content.
This is such a horrible cope. Whenever literally so many people see this kid be like, guys, I swear, before you made the videos. Like, come on,
the votes are from your followers, guys, not. And if there is
these votes are from real people, and real people are voting that this is a child.
Guys,
it doesn't lie. Exactly.
Let's speak one at a time so I can answer to what you're saying, and it's better because otherwise I can't even hear what you say.
Okay, Chappy, before we put you on the fucking map, we looked at your comments and you were still getting comments about kids. Of course,
there's some people that disagree with the content, or they don't understand it, or they don't look into the law, but they were
majority.
No, how can you say it's a majority on channels that have hundreds of thousands of views and thousands of like and positive comments, and you find a few of them in between? This started with your fandoms coming to bully us because what you sell in the videos, which is not accurate, which is fine because that's the content you make.
I feel like I want to clear up this point. We don't wish to bully you at all. We
discussed this in Discord before this conversation on the chat. This is what you do. The people want to see a show, all that kind of stuff you said.
They sure do, but it doesn't mean we're like pushing them to your channel.
And your followers are the ones that are like, we pass for maybe a 1% of comments of people that don't understand what we do because they don't look into it, or because they misinterpreted it at first glance.
I've already said this. If I have to do genuine research and do a deep dive to even know your character's a fucking adult, then clearly you are not doing enough to show the maturity of your character. You have still not made a single comment on this. If I have to do research to even think your character is an adult, you are not doing your part.
Guys, it's not about you making research or not about my characters. It's that if you're a fan before you existed, because I didn't know about your existence before, neither actually. We had tons of comments.
This is a whole inside joke, basically. You have to be a
whole inside joke that in reality this is an adult.
Research,
like
so that this doesn't look like child.
Okay. Like in everything, if you keep saying that, dude, I already told you that's not okay because we don't do that. Like if you also
what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if you keep saying it's child? Because it is. What are you gonna do?
I'm not. Like I said, I will take this interview as something peaceful, so I'm not gonna do anything about that.
We do not.
Still, I want to
because we still have two more questions.
The fact is, you don't have actually to do research. You just have to watch the content. I mean, if you consider that these characters are the age you consider, I mean, that's on you because they actually have lives and behaviors and voices and acts, and they fucking say the age since 2023 because we are aware of this kind of
shorts, bro. People watching your shorts don't know all this. This is the problem.
They'll just scroll into your videos and then they'll know
this.
The thing is, we never had
problems. First glance, they see what looks like a genuine child.
Yeah.
To them.
Okay,
but
listen.
Hundreds of thousands of people before that never.
I'll calm down on this. Let me just get this point across.
Comments in between thousands and thousands that were just understanding that this is adult humor, that is actually sexual adult humor, to be more specific, and that's it, because that's what we created for the past 2 years. Now you appear, your fans can say what they want, your fans can comment what they want.
Put the same picture on your community tab. See what they say. Let's see what your followers think.
That's actually a good.
Let's put on your community tab right now.
Put the same picture and say, "Is this a child?
Is it a child?"
Instagram and check the comments yourself, dude. They know it's not a child because they are fans, and they actually are.
All right, well, let's see if your fans back you up. Let's see if your fans back you up.
You know he's not gonna do it. Even if it's temporary, you know he's not doing it.
He would never.
Yeah, he would never fucking do it because he knows it's child.
I mean, you can keep saying that.
Listen, man. Shappy, listen, man. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna stop the allegations, whatever. You're saying that the quote unquote research that has to be done is to watch your content, right? That's what you're saying. You just have to watch the content.
What I'm saying is that the characters do not look like children.
Let's not make this some yap sesh, man. Do you have to watch the content to find out the age, right? So the content I have watched the content, and the most
for us. So let me finish.
You want to go ahead?
Yes, I want to go ahead, and I want to just say that the characters.
Please do.
Right, let's just keep the answers short, though. I don't want to.
Yes, they are short. Of course, they are longer and longer if this asshole doesn't stop to interrupt me, for fuck's sake. Seriously, the characters do not look like children.
Speak, bro. Fucking hell, speak.
And you know that. You're just pretending not to understand that to make money.
What?
Bro, we are not pretending shit.
Bro. They do look like children, bro.
Wait. And yes, you have actually to watch content to have a valid opinion on it. Like, of course, if you don't research on it, you can have whatever superficial shit.
So, I have to do the deep dive on the podcast. Okay, so the most you can learn off of your content is a very flimsy idea of this character being 29. That is it. Almost every other video, he's acting either very childish or just very immature, which seems childish. That is it. So there's one or two that I've seen personally where the character's like, I'm 29. And it's, dude, that is such a flimsy shield. Again, bro, do you think this 400-year-old girl should be sexualized?
But that's different.
So canonical age is a fucking terrible argument, and you know this.
The drawing of that character is a kid. That's why we also use human figures. You know, we use dogs. We actually establish a lore before we start.
So believe it or not, bro, a dog can still look like a child.
Okay, but this is
and you're making a humanoid.
So you're saying that dogs look like children?
No, here's what we're saying. You just said there's a lore, right?
That's such a terrible... Dude, come on, that's such a terrible point.
You're saying that
dogs look like children? Come on, bro. You can make a dog look like a child, and you are very much doing that.
It's an anthropomorphic dog, which means it has human features.
You really thought you had me with that one. Wait, you think dog... No, come on.
There's nothing
humanizing the dog. Like... What?
Of course,
you're making that humanized dog look like a child.
And walk on two legs.
Humanized dog can be a child, yes.
So wait. Let me get this straight. You're saying that our characters that are actually adults for hundreds of thousands of people until you appeared, they are not adults because you say so or your fans say so. That of course
some of the videos
general perception, bro.
Some of the videos they are childish. Of course, we have a childish character and we have a more mature character that behaves a little bit.
Bro.
It's your fans' general perception.
Okay,
general
so Shappy, you said you have hundreds of thousands.
Yeah, we're not going to point at my fans. Oh, it's my fans. General.
If you think it's because of us that we've ruined your perception of your channel,
I mean,
on you, it would be more people that believe this if it's more like.
I'm not saying
alone have easily over 1 million Sunday subscribers. Ryth itself 4 million subscribers. Glider Guy 400,000. Those two alone have a way bigger audience than you, and they all believe and agree. Like if they didn't agree, all you'd see in his comments is that okay.
Hey, so believe it or not, Shappy, it's an audience, not a cult. Okay, so you can still disagree with somebody that you're subscribed to. Yes, they are more likely to agree with me, but they're still going to disagree if I'm wrong. But if the general perception of your character is that it's a kid, then they're going to take that general perception because it's the general fucking perception. It's fine. I mean, we can just move on from this point because we will never agree on this. So I don't see a reason to keep arguing it.
I say we just agree to disagree.
I say we should actually understand the things properly, and that you of course have.
There's gonna be nothing being tied between us like agreeing with you.
It doesn't matter.
Like you know how to draw kids and adults. Like if you look at my character, this is a kid version of me, and that's an adult version. It's very obvious. You know how to draw an adult. You know how to draw a kid.
We draw adults, and then we draw their parents.
Okay, so you draw adults, and then you just draw adults that look exactly like children.
No, we don't draw. First of all,
and then you draw babies that look exactly like what?
No, if you look at the channel, there is one kid character which has his own sketches, which is the son of another character.
Actually,
also an adult.
So are you trying to
say even if
that
are you all right? Which character is the actual kid? Which one are you referring to?
So we don't picture
the little baby bunny. The little
baby bunny. So the little baby bunny that was featured in the video where Crappy had sperm in his mouth. You think that's an appropriate video to feature a child, like an actual child, according to your lore?
Yeah.
You think that's appropriate?
Kids. Yeah,
so that's how Shappy washes the child, and then the joke is that Crappy is washing his mouth because
I don't give a fuck about the joke. Do you think it's appropriate to feature a? This is a child according to his lore.
But it's not the child doing
in that video. You know? Of course not, but do you think it's okay for a child to be in the same video?
It's the whole joke. Actually, it's not even our joke, that one. We actually made it out of another video because we thought it was funny. And
where's the joke?
Point. I mean, your finger is sharp as my boy. Holy shit. You've done nothing but point. It's okay, bro. Just move on.
We just have to move on at this point.
Bring up the next question, bro.
We're going in circles. All right.
Look, it's actually okay.
One of the things we wanted to bring to your attention.
We're bringing up the next shit.
Yeah, there were some leaks in your server. Some people are leaking information in there, and we found out that you're spending some time talking to Raccoon.
Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't I?
So you guys do make the same type of content. Do you think he would agree with these points as well? All these points that you're making.
I guarantee he fucking would.
I saw you see making assumption and pointing fingers yourself. So I don't know why the fuck are you saying I'm pointing fingers? Can you not do that?
Oh.
No, seriously, are you able to actually talk instead of just saying stuff that you make up or that you modify?
I make up. Yeah, no, I'm actually pretty good at this, bro. It's kind of my whole
I know you're
job.
good at making up stuff, and it's your whole thing. We already talked about that on Discord.
Kind of my job, bro. So
I got that is your job, and that's what you do, and it's totally fine. I find it funny sometimes. Sometimes I don't, because it's actually
well, I would
offensive.
imagine you wouldn't find it funny because I'm calling
Not
you out
yours.
as being.
That's why I texted you, because
kind of
I think
pedo,
I think telling someone stuff like that without even knowing anything about it, or like you said to me, you haven't even researched because you don't need to. That's actually
no. So the thing is,
Okay,
I actually
Daffy, are
did
you
do the
aware
research, and I
of the
knew that
recent
you claimed your
controversy?
characters were
wait,
29. I knew that, but it still is unimportant.
Of course,
No, I
it's
was
not.
just saying.
How is the background of 2 years of work, of a studio of animation, of a show that we want to make for characters that are adults, and we have specified from day one that they were when we took over? How is that unimportant on a comment? On a
You gotta look
commentary
at this
video?
shit from the eye
'cause
lens
they
of a
look like
kid that
kids.
just
I don't
watched
care
your
what
video,
your
bro.
audience think, dude. Like what
'cause
your
they look like
followers
kids.
think and comment of hate on our videos happened to many other people
Everybody.
through the years. You've been doing this for years, and you can go through the comments.
Yeah, we've weeded out some pretty bad people.
We always agreed with
Doing
you.
good work
agreed
out
with you,
here.
and there is some external people that don't. And that's it. But when it comes to your people that go to other channels to bully people or hate on people, of course they agree with you. Why would they agree with us? Where's the fun then?
'cause
They
just
agree
got
with us
cult-like
because we
fan
make
bases
valid
now.
points.
Sometimes we've been disagreed with. I know I've been disagreed with in my videos.
And
There's some
also-
videos out there where I have.
We've
like,
all had
more
some L
dislikes
takes.
than likes. Yeah.
Okay, also there's
Everyone
another
has a
important
bad
thing of it, that is
opinion.
to make actually videos about hate and misinformation or criticism. The most important thing to do before is do research, not just
Of course
based
we
on what your
research.
follower says.
Yeah,
no,
we
you
do
don't.
research.
Here, Beto said that, no, of course I didn't look into it because it's not necessary, because the people that comment on my video say
Right, and
that
I
they
probably shouldn't have worded it like that, but honestly, I just kind of wanted you to just understand the point immediately. I
There
did
is
do the
nothing to
research. I
understand
did
here.
know that.
criticism about a channel.
Could you please
about-
let me talk?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Seriously,
I mean,
if you
you've
make
just been doing this the
criticism
whole
about a
fucking time,
channel,
man.
if you put comments outside of a person, and especially accusations like the ones you do, because
Just
honestly,
circles.
MK video, Ryth video, and Glider Guy video are actually, in a way, humorous, funny, and entertaining to watch, even though the information is not exactly perfectly accurate with what
I know I hurt your feelings.
We
like your
appreciate the
video,
glaze,
dude,
bro.
It's not about the feelings. It's not about the feelings. It's about going out,
getting
making
pretty worked
a
up.
video about criticism, like you call it, spreading hate, and then telling me that you didn't even look up into our content and you just think and pretend.
I did, though. I
Hey,
Yo,
did.
they look
all of
like-
us did.
they look
We've been
all
your
like
biggest
fans,
fans
and they're
recently.
like,
I was
"Why
quite
do you
aware that the character was supposed to be 29. I was quite aware of that. I just said that it didn't matter because it doesn't.
Of course it does. The background and
This
the lore
character's
of
400.
TV
This
shows.
character's 400, and she's got a lot of background
Another-
lore.
This is another topic totally different from Japan. That is
No,
on
it's like
anime,
pretty
and that
connected
we
actually.
also
I'd
don't
say
like
with the
because
whole
they
canonical
think
age argument, it's like
it's-
quite connected.
Wait, no,
Because this
it's
is like
not.
the biggest perpetrator of the canonical age argument, so
Wait a
it's
second,
like
let's
quite
move on.
connected
Because we've
actually.
been stuck on this point for.
Let's close this
a
and
long
then we
time. We've
move
been in
on.
circles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's
But
close it off.
what you're mentioning about this character that is 400 years old is actually something from anime culture in Japan that also we don't like. That's why we don't use actual human kids
I
characters.
mean, you're
We
kind
use
of pulling
adult
over
dogs,
the.
you know?
Bro,
You're
you're
kind of pulling over
humanizing
anime
dogs.
culture.
It's
but
the
that's
same
all right.
thing.
No,
It
it's
is the
not.
same thing. I mean, you can use the dog co-op all you want, but you're still humanizing them, and human dogs can very much be kids, and I still think making fun of them
Exactly.
is very much
In
gross, and
this
that's something
case-
you're doing. That is
Look,
something you're
you're
doing.
never going to convince us on this
Factually.
point.
Right, let's
It's not
just
gonna
move
work.
on. Let's just
I
move
don't
on. It's
need
not
to
happening.
convince you. I don't need to convince you. I just need to tell you what it
We're
what
moving
it
on.
is.
We're
Yeah,
moving
okay,
on.
we
We're
understand
moving on.
both sides.
We're
We
moving on.
understand
What it
both
is,
sides.
is
Yeah.
we've been 2 years making this lore, and we started from the
Oh.
beginning considering this
What
stuff.
does it matter to a
Somebody's not
6-year-old
able to
that
get
just
2
got
years
on
of
your
lore
shorts?
from watching
Neither
one video.
Neither in your channels, neither in mine. You understand that? And that's actually something that we restrict, that not for kids like you do. If they get into the channel,
my God.
whatever ABC
Are we really circling back to that
kids
point?
thing.
You have got to be the
Let's
most
leave it,
dense
let's leave it,
motherfucker I've ever
No, let's
I've
leave it,
ever
let's leave it,
talked
let's
to.
leave it, let's leave it.
Just
leave it.
let's
Hey,
move on.
guys.
Let's just move on.
and then you base all your points on your followers commenting hate on the videos.
You are
That's what we
dense
do for
as hell,
years.
my
You
boy.
can post a
Alright,
community
one of
post
our-
at any
one of
time
our
if
last
you think
questions
that's
we
not
had
a
for you.
child.
This was literally one of our last questions that we had for you. Why, like, so obviously we know you're hanging out with Rocky Raccoon. Are you aware of the recent controversy he's been on? Do you know that he's been called a pedophile by basically the
Well,
majority
not
of the
called.
internet?
He is.
Yeah.
He does draw
Are
child
Are you
porn.
aware
Actually,
of the children that he drew that are
look,
that were NSFW?
Look, guys, Rocket Raccoon just joined our Discord a few days ago, and I check his videos, and I just see characters dancing all the time. It's his thing. I don't know anything about the criticism about him or videos that you maybe made about him. I don't care about what you made about other people.
So if we dropped like actual proof that he drew kids, would you get rid of him?
He used to draw children, yeah. He used to draw children in a very perverse way, and he recently deleted those videos after the criticism came out about him.
This is not something I know because I didn't know even about his channel until recently that he joined.
Well, you're associated with him.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
In the community,
we want to inform you about him.
In the community of Discord, he actually seems to be a nice person, polite with everyone, and he's posting YouTube videos about his characters dancing, which it's his thing. And that's it.
That's his thing. Yes.
That's his thing. I don't know what he did previously, or if what you say is true or not true, or is also rumors, or if it's proven, or if he had problems with it.
It is proven.
It is very proven.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's a proven pedophile.
I'd advise you to look
right now you have the chance to be ignorant and not look into it. Basically.
So
we're just giving you the information. If you want to stay ignorant about it, that's totally fine. But it would kind of look poorly, considering you're really trying to jump away from the whole child porn thing. But I just don't think being friends with somebody like that would be very smart on your end.
Wouldn't be a very.
Hey, this is just a business move, dude. Okay, I'm not even bringing personal shit into this. Okay, it's just bad for business.
I'm just saying that he seems like a very nice person.
I'm sure he does.
Doesn't change what he did, but
I mean, we will definitely look.
I'm sure EDP was a nice guy. I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm like quite sure.
Like I said,
pretty cool.
He's just joined our Discord. He seems really polite and super nice to everyone. I saw his videos of his characters dancing. That is his thing, and I'll look into it. But we met up to talk about our own project and what is actually happening there, not about Rocket Raccoon.
When did you meet him? Of course, yeah. If you want to affiliate yourself with him, then that's
maybe a few days ago when he joined the chat because he saw your videos about.
You've known him for less than a week. Okay.
I thought we were actually meeting to talk about our channel and how we do things.
No, we are. We're just bringing up the point because you're friends with a known pedophile, or so we thought. But now we know, so we can move on. Like,
yes, this is not something.
Why are you getting pressed about the point? Yeah.
No, I'm just telling you that.
No, it is related, bro.
It is very.
This guy's a known pedophile. We need to know if you're friends with him.
Yeah, he is quite known to be.
He is featuring you in a thumbnail on his YouTube channel, so you guys technically have collabed a little bit.
But that's something maybe he did because he wanted to add our character like he does with others in his channel. We didn't know that. We just saw the video. Plus, I don't know if these allegations are true or not. I told you. I just met this guy a few days ago. He seems really nice. He makes puppets dancing, and that's actually kind of cute. And I don't know about the rest because it's not something that I looked into it. And
also, fine. So you don't have to do research on every person that joins. We're just letting you know.
Making you aware.
Now, if you don't do that research, that's on you.
No, but I don't know his work. Neither the guy personally. Like we talked for a few days, like the last days, because he joined our Discord community, and so I can literally say nothing here. Like I will need.
Yeah, no, we're not expecting you to say anything. No. We just want to let you know.
You don't have to make a comment. We're just letting you know.
No, I mean,
this was just something for us to bring to your attention.
Yeah, thank you would be awesome, honestly, but
yeah.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Maybe if you wait. No worries. Thank you. We will look into it. But like I said, it's actually, I don't know. I mean, he seems like a nice person.
All right, well, you'll see how good of a person he is. Bro. I have a video later that you can actually watch where I go over everything today.
I'll check it out.
Oh, that's posting today, right?
Yeah, it is posting today, 4 p.m. I want you to watch that video.
We'll send it to you.
I will check it out. Like I said, I don't know this guy personally. I just have him in the...
Right.
We'll let you know, man.
It would be a wise decision for you to like not be around that person.
Yeah, bad guy. Very bad guy.
Yeah. But I will look into it and see what I can find also about that. Thank you for the info, but like I would rather
you guys reckon that's it?
Sorry?
I'm just asking the others.
Do we have any more questions?
Nah, I don't have any other questions for this fucking...
pretty well.
Because I'm pretty sure we can just agree that Chappie really has just proven that he's pretty creepy. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
this call hasn't really gone anywhere except for the way I thought it would go. So
yeah,
yay.
I mean, that's definitely your point of view, which is actually something that
it's up for interpretation.
All right.
Well, we'll see how
I'm not gonna lie. I did expect better from the whole child point of view.
Interpretation, and like you said on the Discord, which part of it unfortunately didn't happen. That we will have a talk. You're actually just harassing, and definitely
harassing. Okay.
Harassing.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like we genuinely did have
like
a good
the 40
conversation.
plus comments on mine and
Let's
Ryth's
talk
channel
about all of
probably
you.
a little bit more harassment, but that's fine.
Yeah, I think that the legal document that you sent to somebody for voicing their opinion is kind of harassment. But hey, man, whatever. Listen,
Neither
we
the
can have
hundreds of
our own
comments either.
definitions of shit all you want. I mean, clearly you have your definition of what a child is. You have your definition of all this shit. It's whatever. It's not a big deal. At the end of the day, we're never going to agree on this, and I think you're disgusting. I think you're gross. I think you are a gross person.
Yeah,
I really expected bad.
we probably think this about each other, you and I, but it doesn't matter. The thing is,
we don't have to like each other. I'd actually rather you don't like me.
Exactly, it's fine. I mean, I can live with it. The thing is that definitely the part of the Discord that you said we need to make a show because that's what the people want to see. We made a show
I didn't
for
say that.
conversation. So I think the conversation. Yeah, you said
this is definitely a show. But I am leaving this thinking that you are a pedophile. That's what I am thinking. When I leave this call, I think that Chappie's a pedophile. That's what I'm leaving this whole call being. That's going to be my opinion.
I'm not leaving with a different mindset, if I'm being honest.
I really expected bad. Like, I didn't expect you to think it'd be okay to have someone like Monster Girl drawn NSFW of just because.
Yeah, you've shown your colors quite well, man.
I think whatever adult cartoon character has the right to be drawn for plus 18 people the way their artist wants. I mean, what the fuck?
I mean, I think that's
disgusting.
That's opinion for you. I mean, that's what the artist wants. That's cool. You're not wrong, but I just think that's really. I think it's
posted in
disgusting.
Patreon and plus 18 or in OnlyFans on pages where it's plus 18 and not fucking in social media.
I don't care where.
So you don't think there should be any nuance there? You don't think there should be any nuance of, oh, this character looks like a kid even though they're called for like 24? You don't think there should be any nuance?
It says they're 24, so it's okay.
I think if the character is 24, it's okay, guys. What are you talking about? I don't think
there shouldn't be any nuance.
I don't think it's okay, for example, on the
Even
part
though
of
they look like a child. Even though they look like a child and they're 24
Looks,
years old.
talks, acts like
I
a
don't
child,
actually
but it's
think
24.
Shappy,
I
I
don't know
really
if
don't
this is
think
a
you've
great
actually
bait for the
answered a
video. I
single
don't know
question
what
that
this
I've
is,
asked.
But whatever it is,
This is kind of wild.
Like, I don't know
So-
what this is, if it's a joke or whatever. Bro.
Yeah,
a joke. It's not
listen, listen for a second. My question was, do you think there is zero nuance? If the character is an adult, they're an adult. Is that what you think? Even if they look like a
You
child?
can't use big words like nuance, bro.
Either you don't.
It's true.
I don't think you maybe listened to me clearly. Like I said, our characters are our style. They don't look like children. They don't act like
I haven't
children.
asked you about your. That's kind of funny because I
You
didn't
know
ask
you
you about your
haven't,
character.
but you're going
I said,
to
is
say
there
doesn't look like a
nuance?
child doesn't mean
Is
it's
there
a
nuance?
child.
If an adult character looks like a child, should you draw them pornographically? Yes or no? This is the easiest question I've
If a
ever
character
heard.
looks like a child, you shouldn't. If it's a child, like the anime, you just show the second picture. I don't even know what the fuck this is, but this literally looks like a child.
If they look like they're below 18.
Yeah, well, that little dog you have under the table literally looks like a child.
Exactly.
To you, maybe.
The dog
To
looks 10.
Everybody.
Everybody thinks it looks like a kid.
Man, get the fuck out of here. No, actually leave. Nah, I don't want to do this anymore. I think we can just hang it up. I don't want to continue this
We're
call.
not
We're never
getting
going to
anywhere.
agree.
We had a call. We understand your point of view. We've confirmed.
I think
that
I'd
you
rather
really
like
are
build a fucking house
If you're not,
than have this conversation. It'd be
I mean,
less
you can
grueling.
think whatever you want. That's
All of
free-
us are
free will
leaving
of-
thinking you're a pedophile.
That's
all of
okay.
us,
It's
yeah.
good because I'm recording
okay.
this too. And
That's
actually
okay.
Really serious allegations. So okay, fine. If you want to think that and say that, fine. We are actually not. You should actually check the show from the beginning of it. You don't want to do that because that doesn't pay your bills, and that's totally fine.
Dude,
And
I know what the
no,
ages of your characters are. If it looks, talks, and acts like a child, then it's a child. I don't give a fuck what your lore is.
You think every one of your fans
This
has
is
seen your
YouTube
first video and
Shorts.
understands? Because I can tell you for a fact, your first video that explains all the lore and everything, that is not your most viewed video. And people will not know. Some people will just find your video scrolling and then bam, that's the first thing they see. Oh,
People
that looks like a
will
child.
find
So they're going to think it's
scrolling.
a short. That's the way people work. The way people work. Human
Their
beings.
fault,
we
though. That's
program-
actually their fault, though.
We program,
Okay, point,
age,
Shappy,
race,
please point.
gender. These are the
They can
three
think-
things we think about. And that's human psychology.
Okay, okay.
I took a class in
Do
human
your thing,
psychology.
Shappy. Go ahead and
When
point. Let's
humans
hear it.
look at other humans, the first things they register: age, race, gender. That is the first
Sharp
three
ass
things.
finger.
Life. Guys, let's point that a person is scrolling down and watching videos and pops up on one of our videos, okay? And they misinterpret like Beto, for example, like whatever
their
I do, and say, "Oh, hey guys, this looks like children." Let's just say it does, even though without looking into it, because we
You
think
don't
so.
have to look into something.
Of course you do. What are
Okay,
you
so when you see
talking about?
Hasbulla, do you think that's a child?
Excuse me?
When you see Hasbulla, okay, I'll put this in the gifts. Wait.
Who is Hasbulla?
Don't.
You'll see.
You don't know who Hasbulla is? Okay.
It's
okay. So is this a child?
Only the greatest person on the planet.
I don't know who Hasbulla is, but anyway.
Look at the GIF.
In the chat. Does that look like a child to you?
I think I saw memes about this guy, but that guy is not a child. I know it as a fact.
Exactly. Yes, he's not a child.
He's not.
But he does look like a child.
On first glance.
But how is that
That's what we're saying.
related?
If you looked at him for the first time, no, this is how it makes sense, right? This ties in because you're saying that first glance doesn't matter. That wouldn't have your opinion on anything. You'd have to look into it.
No.
But
What I'm saying.
a lot of people on first glance when they look at Hasbulla, they'll think, oh, that's a child. They look into it if they're interested and find out, okay, yeah, he's a grown adult. But not many people are gonna look into it.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that until you appeared, our adult fans on Instagram, because that's where we were posting most of the stuff and where we had the fandom, we have maybe
It's
one
probably what you should stick to.
So that means you must have cultivated a really weird audience if they have no issue with that. I'm sorry, but that means you're harboring multiple people like yourself that think it's okay.
From our
Check your Instagram comments.
Just say it, MK. Let it rip, man. Let it rip.
From our
Bro,
perspective,
I can't lie. I'm actually so disappointed, Chappie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really
Seriously, dude.
disappointed.
You have done nothing but disgust me this whole
I'll be honest.
call.
In my first video about you, I defended you. I said, "Oh, give him the benefit of the doubt." I blamed the parents. I'm the one who said, "Okay, Chappie, he's doing his best to try and keep the people away from his channel or whatever." I'll be honest. After this call, I've had a complete 180, man.
Yeah, complete. Nah, for real.
Complete
Any kind of
fucking-
idea that I had, like, oh, maybe he's a cool person, completely
tried to
gone.
give you
Especially
benefit
when
of
you
the doubt.
threatened me. Like, that was
I'm a
awesome.
very empathetic person.
Try to ruin my fucking income.
Like, bro.
yeah, dude, I mean that's not right. And also, I talked to your cousin MK before to have this interview, and
Yeah.
what he said about it is that you hated me from the beginning, and that I should have the interview to try to talk to you about my background.
Did we tell him or what?
Because I believe it's completely untrue that.
No, he said that all of you actually, of course, don't like our content. That's not a secret. And at the same
We
time,
don't hate you. We definitely do not hate you. I mean, I don't know about Beto.
you hate the content.
I do.
I'm in Beato's
I think
bandwagon.
what you make is really I think what you make is
That's okay.
very
I mean, you
bad,
guys
but I
are
don't
cool.
hate you as a
I
person.
do, in
I'm
fact,
sure,
hate Chad.
I'm sure you're a good person, maybe.
I am a good person. Two more things. And our characters do not actually look, like I said, in our style, in our opinion, our fans' opinion, until the other day. Like, apart of a few people that, of course, didn't like the humor because it was too pushed and so on, we didn't have this problem before. And I think that even you do not believe that our characters look like children. You literally just say that to bring viewers to your channel, which I don't get
I
it.
do believe
Yes,
that.
we do.
Actually,
Why would we
100
lie
million
about that?
fucking percent.
Because you misinterpret
those
and,
look like
and
kids.
change things and lie all the time in your videos to get views. And you
I
make up
want you to look at
If
those
you could
screenshots.
Bro, we don't
Please look
have
at
to
any
lie
video that
to make people
doesn't
believe that looks like a
Straight
kid.
face that does not look like a kid.
For us, this is
Seriously,
our,
you cannot tell me.
style, which is chibi style. I think I explained it before. I don't know in this interrogation or whatever you want to
Sorry,
call
I'm
it.
still hung up on the statement
we
that
lie all the time.
that
Hey,
guy
Shappy,
said.
go ahead and look at
about-
any other video. No, listen. Look at
hate.
any other video that doesn't include you. If you can point out a blatant lie that I've done, I might give you my bank account, bro. I don't fucking lie
Do
ever.
you even know the meaning of what a pedophile is? Like a pedophile is a
I
person
do,
that,
yeah.
that actually wants to have sex with kids, you know, and abuses kids.
No.
We don't do that.
No,
yeah,
if you're sexually attracted to children, you're a
but
pedophile.
we are not. I mean, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Like it's like saying, let me summarize this whole thing in one sentence, which is your characters for us don't look like adults, neither for our fans. So therefore, you are sexually attracted to children. I mean, are you fucking dumb or something? What are you talking
I mean,
about?
animating a child, you know, it takes more than just 2 seconds. You have to think about that for many, many hours. And I mean, if it even crosses your mind that you're, thinking about drawing a character that looks like a child sucking cock, you have to think about that for an extended amount of time.
I mean,
I'm just letting you talk because you're digging such a hole right now. It's actually kind of funny.
You don't point it that
I don't
way.
understand.
But there's nothing to understand. There's very simple things to understand. You go to 2023 when this started. You actually see the lore. It's our style.
What 6-year-old is going to be
presenting
inclined
that-
to do that?
No
What child is going to be
6-year-old
inclined to
knows the
look
law.
into that?
What? Would
No
you just
6-year-old scrolling through their shorts feed
Return
because
to XQC.
sending your
What-
videos, as we know, as
go
not made for
in
kids,
YouTube
doesn't
with
help.
parent supervision on an app that you need to be 14 to have an account?
Yeah, okay.
Kids
You
still
said-
see
Well,
your
There are
shit.
still
I don't
children
know.
that can see your
That's
content.
not-
That's what we're saying.
That's
It's
not
still
your fault,
the
Chappie.
same
It's your
point.
responsibility to make sure that that doesn't happen.
No, it's our responsibility to restrict our channel not for kids. and that's it. And to not show visual stuff, because if we do anyways, YouTube automatically will restrict it plus 18.
Of course you do, but that doesn't make the chance of people seeing your content that are under the age of 13 zero. It doesn't make the
pushing porn to kids. You're pushing porn to kids, dude.
Channels,
You're pushing
You
porn to
say that
kids.
you've taken the steps, even in the situation where you say, okay, yeah, you've taken the steps, cool. Let's just entertain this idea that you've taken the steps, you've done what you can. With what you've done, children can still see your content, whether you want them to or not. Yeah, of course. But the difference is
the handicap of YouTube.
The difference is what we're doing isn't something that can harm children. When we react to your videos,
can harm children. What are you talking about?
When we react to videos, online, we talk about the bad things that could be removed from the platform.
Let's point something out about your content too. At this moment, you are showing our video. You are showing our videos in your channel.
That you deem to be 13.
Yes, that we make and so on, and we create it. You're showing them on your channel for the purposes of criticism and so on. Like we already talked about, exposing those videos also to possible children that are lying about their age. Plus, teaching kids about hating people, about not looking into the information of a channel, and bullying other
kids because Shappy, shut the fuck up.
Misinformation.
You are mauling so hard. You have the most hurt feelings I've ever fucking heard.
You guys are not making any
kids podcast. You're making kids, but Shappy, please go cry.
Bullied?
I don't want to be in this
do you
call
genuinely
anymore.
feel
I don't.
Shappy? Do you actually feel Shappy?
How is us criticizing your shocking content and us teaching people to bully you? Like what?
How on earth is that?
How are we teaching people to bully people?
Yeah, it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
We don't
Such a
bullying.
bad take.
All our videos we say we do not console. We don't console hate.
You guys don't agree with me, you fucking bullies?
No. Like when you
have a different opinion and other people think the same.
But we have the same opinion about kids lying about their age and seeing content that they shouldn't, correct? Which is they are seeing my videos in my channel sometimes probably because they lie about their age. You have way more followers. Yeah, also in yours. And you have way more followers. And that's not your fault. Neither is my fault. Actually, YouTube should videos with ID. No, it's actually not. And on the other side, you're actually spreading hatred. You don't look into the...
It's actually against the fucking guidelines to send people to your channel to incite hatred. We don't do that.
Guys, when you take
information, said to go to your videos and send.
I've never told anybody to go to your channel.
Comment sections, go to Shappy's channel and absolutely hate on the guy. Nobody says that.
Look at the comments.
Yeah, guys, don't go to Shappy's channel and hate on him.
That's not our fault. We took the steps, unlike you. We took the steps.
We don't bear responsibility for our fans.
You are teaching people.
Anybody that does something like that, I wouldn't claim as a fan, and I'm sure that others can say the same.
And we don't endorse that. We don't endorse people going to other people's channels we talk about and going in their comments.
We would receive community guideline strikes if we did incite people to go to your channel and incite hatred.
That is like
we would get taken down.
YouTube TOS.
So, like I said, the copyright strike and somewhere I talk about it. To conclude this, not interviewing, it was not kind of an interview at all. That's not what I had in mind.
Okay, let's grow up now. Let's not even call it not interview. Let's just say conclude this conversation. Come on.
Yes, so I just wanted to say that when people actually see your content and our videos in your channel that are also apparently restricted, not for kids and so on, they consume the content anyways. At the end of the day, it's what it is until YouTube doesn't install something with ID that they can actually prove that the person is not lying about their age. And finally, also, the fact that you say, oh, I didn't look into the channel because it wasn't necessary, because my fans think so, because the people that watch my videos think so, because they are commenting on
I was going off a general perception, but I did know that you were trying to cope and call that character 29. I did know that. I did know that.
All of us are completely aware.
Something to make into that, like a criticism video can be in many different ways. One of who is the one you make actually, which is in most of the videos that we've seen about your content, people just go to the channels of these people and throw a ton of hate, which is fine if you're fine with it.
Fault.
Well, of course it's not. Neither is my fault that people lie about their age in YouTube. Neither is yours.
Yeah, but we took the steps to actually make sure that the people sending hate.
We do actively take the steps to stop that. You do not take the steps to keep away children, and we know this. We just went over this. Shappy, we're not going to keep going in circles, dude. Wrap it up. Just wrap it up, man. Just wrap it up.
You only just took the links out, which is what we like. We said, yeah, okay, that's good.
Good job, man. You know what? Hey, I am proud of you for that.
That's one of the only things I can. Yeah, I can condone.
You are, aren't you?
Yeah, well done.
Why don't we all restrict our channels plus 18? I mean, it makes no sense, like it's 13 plus. teenagers consume our content.
Makes quite a bit of sense.
Hours.
You push
It's like you said, just keep the 13 plus stuff with the 13 plus stuff. Everything needs to stay away from the grown. Let the grown audience watch the grown audience shit. Let the children watch the children shit.
That's done.
Exactly
like,
how Ryth said.
The links are out of YouTube. Are you happy with that? Great. We have an agreement on that. But don't go around calling people pedos. You don't even know who I am, for fuck's sake. Like, neither.
I don't have to. Dude, we don't have to. You put child porn on YouTube.
And Ryth did, and it doesn't make any sense towards my persona because I'm not, first of all. Secondly, I've been actually working in arts and in fashion for so many years. You know nothing about my background, and you just go on it, you know, over and over again because that's what interests people, like calling people pedos out of the blue. I mean, what the fuck, dude? That's really not.
Dude, this is not baseless shit.
Wild thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, we don't just basically.
That actually makes me.
When you've drawn something that looks like a child underneath a table, a dead child, by the way, something that looks like a dead child. Yeah, that's most. Yeah, that's the majority perception.
That is the general perception. We're gonna keep going.
I can bet my life and everybody else is in this school. If you was to put that character on a huge screen worldwide, majority of the people would say that is a child. I'm sorry, but that's just the point.
You should go to Instagram and check it out.
Opinion. I'm headstrong. That's an adult.
Yeah, you're just fucking crazy.
No. It's not about
if you don't
saying.
Believe that, then that's your problem. That's the truth, though.
There is no. That's not.
I'm 100% sure. The majority people would think, yep, that's a child.
From your channels, definitely. From your fans, definitely. What are they?
Post it up, dude. We invite you to post it on your community tab and ask your audience if that's a child.
I could fully after this call is done, I'm gonna go outside to 5 random people and ask them, yo, is this a child? Does this look like a child? Would that make you happy? No fans, completely third party impartials.
I hope they actually understand our humor and how it is, and if they don't, well, good for you.
Okay, we will do it. We will do it.
5 of them. It will be upon first glance.
That's their fault, right?
Anyways, do you have any other question, guys? Because this has not been an interview at all. Like, this is just people just accusing people.
I don't care what it's been.
This never was a fucking interview. This is a conversation.
Whatever it is. Yeah.
Well,
we just wanted to understand your point.
We're just talking like adults right now, Shappy. I mean, you've been pretty childish.
This is a confrontation. Let's be honest. This was more of a confrontation. We wanted to understand your point of view. You wanted to understand ours. We got our points across clearly.
I'm just
we understand where we both stand. No one's changing. Like, I think we've kind of got everything we need.
We wanted closure and
so yeah, we have
sort of confirmation
for everything. Definitely not a productive conversation if you want to call it a conversation. I feel
at least we got you to take the porn out of your 13 plus YouTube channel. I think that's pretty fucking productive if you ask me.
Yeah, that is very productive. We know exactly where you stand. You know where we stand. I think that's pretty productive.
That is very productive.
Yeah.
You just feel like because it didn't go your way. Now
we got something done here.
Yeah, you look like a fucking like an absolute creep. So you're like, well, guys, I don't think it was that productive. Okay,
for us, that's
kind of on you, but all right.
Which is what I thought, unfortunately. And it's just harassment.
You can have that opinion. I would not call it harassment because you had the chance.
You could have left the call.
You could have left whenever you wanted. Exactly.
I mean,
I wouldn't say this yourself. This isn't harassment.
You can choose to leave whenever you'd like, so you can't claim this as
really,
harassment.
Really
You're not locked
can.
in.
We wouldn't have forced you in.
Okay, guys.
Honestly, I didn't even want to fucking do this.
Let's agree and disagree. It seems like you did, but yeah, let's.
It seems like we do agree to disagree.
And no, honestly,
I'm glad you like the views that we gave you.
Well, we'll just keep on doing our content the way it is. And you can
know that 30 million people have seen a child on their screen sucking.
It's a child. Because you say so.
Because fine, because the creator says it's
not and that's fine if that's fine. If you're the only one that doesn't think you're a pedo and 12 million plus other people think you are, then hey, that's okay. That's okay. Because it's only your opinion that matters. It's only your opinion that matters.
Your inside joke is still funny to your fans, then that's cool, bro.
Keep your inside joke, bro.
I'm still here.
Okay.
All right, yeah, 12 million and one.
Let's just keep it like it's only your fans that think so, because we didn't have this problem before and close it here.
It's not just our fans.
Of course it is, but it doesn't matter.
It is not only fans.
Let's just agree to disagree, okay? This was definitely
guys. Everyone knows our fans are cult-like fan bases, and they're all haters. They're all disgusting little haters.
Let's hope we can do so.
My fans are all haters. Yours are all pedophiles. All right, we can leave. Actually,
well, we have the full. I hope you have the full call footage if you want to debunk anything that we say in our videos.
Nothing. I think it's pretty clear.
If you'd like the full footage, I could give it to you myself if you didn't record from the beginning.
Repeat.
If you'd like the full footage, I could give it to you by the end.
No. We've been recorded from the beginning. Don't worry.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect.
So that means you can show and debunk anything that we say.
Keep on doing your content. the way it is, and we will keep it doing the way it is for us. And let's just
at least we know where we stand in the YouTube ecosystem.
And let's just cut it, and let's hope you make a lot of money, like you said, and let's hope that actually
I sure hope so.
Absolutely.
Well, let's hope your channel continues to grow and do whatever.
And let's keep children out.
I hope yours too, of course, and let's hope that
Thank you, Shappy.
at some point there are stricter rules on age.
It's like so fake, but I appreciate it, Chappy.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is, right? Fake. That's what you do.
Hey, man. Anything to protect the kids. Anything to protect the children.
Man.
Yeah. We know where we stand. We know what our place is in the YouTube biosystem.
If you think you do so, we think we do what we do, and that's it. If you're just like that, that's okay. Let's just end it, and nothing. It was a pleasure, anyways. I hope everything.
It was good to at least talk to you. The face of the channel. That was.
Let's actually. I think we can drop it. I'm okay with dropping
drop it, and let's keep on going with whatever.
I mean, we're not gonna ever agree. So.
Yeah. Of course, we don't agree on many things, but that's it. Cheers, guys.
All right, fuck off.
Yep.
Bye bye. Fuck off too.
Fuck off.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
What a fucking bitch, bro.
Productive call, boys.
Productive ass call, motherfuckers.
Well,
fuck that piece of shit.
Called him a pedophile at least 3 more times. So.
Bro,
man.
How can you look at a screenshot like that and not say that that's a child? Seriously. Are we
I'm keeping this in. I'm still recording, by the way.
Yeah,
I'm keeping this in.
Look at it.
We got to get the post.
That's a kid, bro. That's a
child. Oh my god.
Dude, he defended his fucking character's ages more than he defended like him, like us saying that, yeah, bro, you like children. I think that's such crazy work.
That's just, he really went on in that point but like the second I said he likes children, like no, it's like okay, well maybe let's dig into that a tiny bit. But hey, man, like we kind of knew this is the thing. I went into this call knowing that he's not going to have answers for these things because they're just simply the truth. So it's like it's kind of hard to have answers to that when you're just like objectively wrong, and it's very easily provable.
The way the call gradually got louder, what the hell?
Yeah,
I'm looking at my audio, and it starts off so normal, and it just
all right. Well,
gradually.
I'm gonna go ahead and end my recording. Subscribe to Beto, Glider Guy, MK, and Ryth. Fuck Shappy Sway. Like and subscribe.